Welcome everyone to the Unwanted Mind podcast. Um, I feel like a lot of people thought I was never going to come to this conclusion of me actually doing it because I believe the first time I announced doing this, I was maybe 17, closer to 18. And it's really just an idea that I had, like, just idea in the shower, as most people, I get a lot of my ideas in the shower, just thinking about stuff of what could I create, as a content creator. I just love creating stuff. So I feel like I've always been, listening to podcasts. I've been listening and watching podcasts for about like 2 years now. And, I've gained a lot of inspiration. And over time, I'm just like, I feel like I grew this muscle because I caught myself a lot just whenever I watch podcasts, I would, pause the video and be like, just breaking down what I learned, just talking to myself. So I feel like maybe I have that muscle to be recording a podcast, just based on, certain stuff that I caught myself doing. So welcome everyone. This is my first podcast. Very excited. I'm just excited that I have a new title to call myself. I'm officially a podcaster. I know it seems a little funny, just like, because I be doing a lot of stuff. So, now I can add that to my catalog of things that now I have a podcast. So what you will be, looking forward to when it comes to this podcast is that, it's really just like my take on things, my opinions on stuff, and a variety of stuff when it comes to like sports or upcoming films, upcoming albums. My takes on certain songs, that I enjoy or that's like catching attraction or media drama, whatever the case may be, just a variety of things that I find interesting, and hopefully you do too. Because if you don't, this podcast may not be very specific to you, but I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy what I care to bring as far as, just opinions. I know this is one day going to really reach like a level of where like a Joe Rogan. I just hope that, the news media, they don't like, try to sabotage me and stuff. And that's one of my topics for today, the Joe Rogan Backlash. But we'll get into that later. That's like my last topic. So let's get right into it, right? So today in the podcast, we're gonna start off with a variety of topics, and we're gonna be beginning with the semifinal of the NFL, the AFC Championship, and the NFC Championship, and that's how we're gonna start. Later on into the podcast, we're also gonna be talking about Tom Brady's retiring, Raiders head coach, Raiders new head coach, pardon me, Josh McDaniels. My Super Bowl predictions, and this is all based on like stats, that I've saw analysis, predictions, all that stuff on websites, just to get like a range of opinions and takes by experts that believe who will win, the outcome of the Super Bowl. And yeah, new album releases, movies coming out, Spider-Man No Way Home, how that movie went, and the last one, of course, Joe Rogan's Backlash. And I understand like some of these topics may be like a little old, but I feel like these topics were like when they first occurred, they were pretty big at that time. So I feel like they still have relevancy because I believe most of these topics still get talked about to this day. So I think this is, yeah, I mean, I feel like this is these are a good wide range of topics, very completely different from one another, very different. So let's just I have a for those who are listening, I have a journal full of notes with just like little bullet points of like the main stuff from each thing that happened. So for the semifinal AFC Championship, the Bengals versus the Chiefs. Let's get into that. So Bengals QB Joe Burrow. I believe it's his second year of being a QB professional, of course. So for those who watched that game, right, it was really quite an experience. My mind throughout the whole thing, I'm like, could really just end up like anyone could, win this. Like, it was so close, like towards the end, right? Because I believe that in the beginning, the Chiefs were like dominating the Bengals, on which I expected, right? Because I had the Chiefs winning this, like by a fucking mile, right? And also I'm gonna be cursing in this. I don't know if I made that clear. Disclaimer: I will be cursing because I just want to be myself throughout this, and I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta censor myself. So, you know, just throwing it out there. So yeah, I mean, I've had the Chiefs winning by a mile, mile long, right? Because like I know the potential Patrick Mahomes has and his team, offensive, defensive, maybe one better than the other. I know their potential. I've seen them play, and I believe last year, if you've seen the Chiefs play against the Buccaneers, obviously the Buccaneers took over, but the Chiefs had their moments, and throughout the whole postseason of 2021, 2022 of the NFL, the Chiefs were doing quite great, and it's just like, I was so surprised, like, especially the Bengals. I'm like, out of all teams, the Bengals made it. I haven't heard like the Bengals making the playoffs in like, well, the playoffs, maybe they have made the playoffs. Maybe I haven't paid close attention because I'm like, when I hear the Bengals, I'm just like, okay, that's just like a casual team, right? That's like, they're not going to make the Super Bowl. Like, surely they're not making the Super Bowl, right? But this year, I guess they managed to do that. But for those who don't know, I'm a Raiders fan. And if you watch the Raiders versus Bengals game, the Raiders should have won, right? Um, this makes me quite emotional, right? Um, the Raiders should have fucking won that game, you know? And this is not just being like a Raiders fan. Like, if you're just someone sitting on like the outsides, like not a Raiders fan or a Bengals fan, and you're just a fan of watching the NFL, fan of watching football, you know what I'm talking about. The NFL had to fire the refs for the rest of the season. They can't be reffing any other playoff games or the Super Bowl at that because of the last call they did. And I believe it was damn, I should have prepared more for this. I don't remember the exact call it was, but I remember it was like based on a coin flip or something, or it was just a horrible call that I'm like, dude. And if you watch the game, the Raiders were like dominating the Bengals. I'm not saying the Bengals were doing bad. Don't get me wrong. The Bengals are good. Joe Burrow is an insane motherfucker. And, the team that he has, the whole organization, man, I got to give them their credit, because even, if that game was rigged, they still managed to beat the Titans. They still managed to beat the Chiefs. And that's not easy to do. And I don't think the Raiders could have really done that. I don't think the Raiders could have beat the Chiefs. If I'm being quite frank, I do, and I'm a Raiders fan. This is coming from a fucking Raiders fan. I'm saying I don't think the Raiders could have beat the Chiefs. Just based on like, I don't know, a lot of shit. The head coach we had was his first time being a head coach. Our quarterback, had many, bad throws. He had a bunch of sacks on him. So I don't know. When it comes to like Derek Carr versus like Patrick Mahomes, I kind of have Patrick on this one. But let's not get into that right now. So the Bengals managed to overcome an 18-point deficit. Listen to that clearly, right? This is a AFC Championship. This is going to the Super Bowl. This is not a postseason game where you can just fuck around and like this is just a casual game. This is the AFC Championship. Whoever wins this is going to the Super Bowl, right? The Bengals overcame an 18-point deficit. In other words, the Bengals fucked up. The Chiefs managed to fucking dig themselves so deep underground, man. It just fucked. I gotta give the Bengals their props because that's not easy, dude. I feel like, not many people had the Bengals. Of course, there's Bengals fans. I understand that. Cincinnati. Okay, I get that, right? But the Chiefs, dude, their potential. And the thing is, even if you're not an NFL fan, you know who the fucking Chiefs are, right? They stand out. You know who Patrick Mahomes is, right? Don't fuck with me, bro. You know who the fuck he is, bro. You've seen him on, a Madden cover, or you've seen him in a commercial, the State Farm commercials. You've seen this motherfucker somewhere. You know who he is. You're a little relevant knowing who he is, right? Like, you've seen him before, right? This was a great fucking game. Great game. Definitely fucked, right? Definitely fucked. But and the overall score was 27-24. The Bengals won by a field goal, of course. By their kicker, Evan McPherson. Shout out to him. Fucking great kick right when you needed it. Works great under pressure. This is going to be great for the Bengals for the Super Bowl, because if Evan McPherson, with that much pressure, the last seconds of the game, managed to fucking get that field goal, 3 points. Crazy. And obviously, it's not just like that field goal. The whole team managed to tie the game and then win, get that field goal. And I believe, and don't take me up for this. I may be wrong, right? Fact check me on this. I don't think the Chiefs scored any points after the second quarter. So when I'm saying third and fourth quarter, the Chiefs did not score. First and second quarter, there were 24. Third and fourth quarter, there were 24. So the Bengals took over that whole halftime. I don't know what the fuck they were on that halftime. I don't know if the coaches were like, we got a bag of blow, come and fucking snort this shit, bro. And they were like just so hyped up. Apologize, listeners. I hit the mic. I don't know if they were fucking just like, they were on some shit, bro. They were just like, I'm gonna kill everyone here, bro. Like, they were just in kill mode. They were in, they were complete savages. And I've never seen the Bengals like that. I have never said anything good or bad. No. I've never said anything good about the Bengals, right? I've said, quite a bit of bad stuff. Just like they're a casual team, Definitely they're not. Definitely got to pay more close attention to the NFL, because clearly they've got something, right? Maybe they made the Super Bowl, so maybe they have a little something, right? Maybe a little something, So Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, the wide receiver, Jamar Chase. Wow, wow, crazy fucking duo. Crazy duo, man. Always open, bro. Jamar Chase, always open. Knows how to get open. Knows how to fucking make some touchdowns. Get some points. Get some yards in. He knows his way around football, right? And not only is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase chemistry so good, they both went to LSU. So They have a long chemistry with each other, and somehow both ended up in the same fucking team. How crazy is that, right? It's like if, Kobe and Michael Jordan went to the same school. I mean, I'm like a better example. If like Kobe and Shaq went to the same high school, same college, and then they both ended up in the same team, in which they did. But it's just like, dude, who can fuck with them, right? And maybe that's why, because I remember years past, I was like, the Bengals aren't good, but they had a different quarterback. Joe Burrow took a year to like, get used to the NFL, what it is. And then this year, the second year of him being quarterback professionally, he was like, all right, now let me fucking get into the shit. And that's exactly what he did. And that's insane for an organization to have a quarterback for second year and that quarterback to already take him to the Super Bowl. That's fucked. In my mind, if I was like, working like if I was manager of the fucking organization or some shit, I'm like, we're paying him more. This guy cannot leave us. You know what I'm saying? This guy cannot leave us. We need this guy to be on our team for the rest of his fucking career. Because if he managed to fucking take us to the Super Bowl in the second year of being a quarterback, this opens up so many opportunities. Like now, Bengals are on the fucking map. I've never thought about the Bengals, just overall. I just don't give a fuck. This puts them on the fucking map. Joe Burrow put this fucking guy on the map. Fucking team on the map. You see fucking LeBron tweeting, Joe Burrow smoking, like a big fat cigar, bro. You see everyone posting like Joe Burrow, bro. He's a well-known name. He's a fucking house name now, bro. Don't fuck with this guy, bro. You know who he is now. And fucking with Jamar Chase, bro. This, wow, man. Wow. Crazy. Definitely crazy. So another note that I noted down, Burrow was the 5th player in the past 30 seasons to enter a conference championship game while leading the NFL in both completion percentages and yard per attempts, including playoffs. And for most people, and I know he's the 5th rank, right? For most people, that's like, okay, and? But the thing is, you're comparing this guy to quarterbacks that have been in this game for, I don't know, years, dude. 8 to 12 years. Like I've said before, this is Joe Burrow's second year of being a quarterback professionally. You know how crazy that shit is, dude. He managed to beat the top ranked quarterback next to Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes and his team, and destroyed them, dude. He managed to come back somehow and tie the game, and then his kicker, an elite fucking kicker, makes a field goal. This shit is huge fucking news, man. The fact that he's 5th player in the past 30 seasons. He's only been playing for fucking 30 seasons, for Christ's sake. The 5th player in the past 30 seasons to enter a conference championship game while leading the NFL in both completion percentages and yard percentages, yards per attempt, including playoffs. I mean, this guy has a long fucking career in the NFL. I mean, God bless, right? Like, hopefully, God bless nothing happens to him, right? Because I know a lot of players get injured. Even though I'm not a big fan of the Bengals, you can't be wishing bad shit upon anybody, dude. Like, that's fucked, right? This guy, this type of guy, they're like, I wish he was my quarterback for my team. He's the type of guy that I'm like, I wish I had him as a quarterback. I wish, my quarterback was able to fucking take it to the Super Bowl, making, these types of throws under pressure. It's just like, when you see him in game, dude, you just get, like, hungry, right? You're just like, that mentality of, like, you doing your best, you just wanting to, like, when you watch like something motivational, let's say like Tony Robbins or some sort of motivational talk, you're like, I want to, get going. I want to like work out right now at this point. Yeah, at the like on spot. I want to like, get working on something after listening to some shit like that. That's what you get when you see Joe Burrow playing the game. You're like, oh, this guy really takes his shit serious, right? And it questions you. It's like, am I doing the best that I can in what I do? Am I putting my all into this? After seeing Joe Burrow play a fucking game, it's crazy, dude. It's actually insane, and then like, it scares me how I slept on the Bengals for so long. And I'm a person that I'll admit to my wrongs. I slept on the Bengals. I fucking slept on them completely. Never expected them. And the thing is, I love the NFL. I love all that, but I don't really watch every postseason game. The Raiders, obviously my team. I'll watch some highlight clips. I'm just like, I'm not a person that's like sit down and watch a full game. I got shit to do, bro. I'm not watching a full fucking game. I'll watch like an 8-minute video of highlights, or maybe not even that. Maybe I'll just like look at the score and be like, cool. I'm just like, dude, I got shit to do, bro. Like, I can't be here sitting my ass watching a full game. And, total respect for those, excuse me, total respect for those who do. If you enjoy it, if you got time, cool, right? I got different priorities. I gotta do shit. I'm like in go mode 24/7. When I'm, after this podcast, I got plans to, post content. I got daily content to post to. I got shit to do, bro. I can't just sit on my ass and watch a whole football game, bro. I don't got time for that shit. Super Bowl though, playoffs, that's a different question because that's like different. That's a different level of shit. It's different expectations. It's like who's going to go to the Super Bowl, and that's what it's all leading up to, right? So now let's talk about more of the Chiefs, right? Because I don't want to bash on the Chiefs too much, even though they did fucked up third and fourth quarter. I don't want to bash on them too much because it's not like they did bad. If you watch the first and second quarter, oh boy, wow, you're like the Chiefs definitely have the win in the bag. Like there's no way the Bengals are coming up from this, and I was that person, right? I'm speaking more of what I thought, but I feel like a lot of people are thinking that. And if you saw the stadium, dude, you were like first and second quarter. If you saw the stadium, obviously they were playing, I believe, in Kansas City. All the fans, most of the fans were Chief fans. They were like going crazy. They were going ham, like fucking Kanye West and Jay-Z just popped out or some shit. Like they were yelling on the top of their lungs, dude. They were like going crazy, like, dude, we are going to the Super Bowl. Holy fuck! And then third and fourth quarter, they were like, oh shit, we're fucked. They were like, oh wow, just left speechless. They were like, do you think that they just looked over to the partner like, you want to go now? Like, it's just like, let's go before, there's like traffic and shit. I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's just like, so let's talk more about the Chiefs now. The Chiefs played a near flawless. Listen to me right now. I know I was bashing the Chiefs a little bit. They played a near flawless first half. If you saw that first half, wow. Right. And it's like something like you had to been there to like really experience that. Like I can say a lot of stuff about it. You really had to be there. You really had to rewatch that fucking game, And gladly I watched the game in live time, so my reactions was matched with everyone, most people watching in live time. Of course you can rewatch it, there's nothing wrong with that. You can, or not even rewatch it, but you can watch it if you haven't yet. No, there's no problem with that. Hopefully you get the same, initial feeling. Obviously, you know who wins now. But you know, crazy fucking game. The Chiefs were doing so good. I just, when it comes to stuff like that, right? I'm like, what happened? And that's like stuff that press conference, or not press conference, but like um I believe it is press conference. It's like after players, they have to talk to some reporters for like media outlets, and they're receiving questions and they have to answer. I didn't really see that because like I wasn't really like asking myself that, but now I'm like, wait, what happened to the Chiefs at third and fourth quarter? They didn't score a single point. I'm like, what? Like they were dominating the first and second, quarter, but like the first half, and like I just maybe they put like too much into the first half that like second half they were like exhausted. I don't know, dude. But like the thing with the Chiefs, man, they've been here before, right? It's not like they're new to this type of shit. Like they've been in this position quite a few times. They're a great team. So it's just like it's honestly sad to like see that shit, right? It's just like, come on, man, really? Just like you really gonna fucking let your team down like that? It's fucked. It's fucked. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, the momentum in the game took a shift in a huge way. Positive for the Bengals. Bengals fan, you know, props to you. And the thing is, I'm not really sure if it's a question of did the Bengals just dominate the Chiefs in the second half, or the Chiefs just like just stopped playing hard because they saw that they were up in the first half. They were like, all right, let's fucking chill out in the second half. Um, or maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe the Bengals were like, let's get on this shit, and the Chiefs were like, let's just fall back a little bit because we're up, and let's just try to maintain this shit. Obviously it didn't work out towards the end, but but yeah, it's just like, and the Chiefs' offense went from surgical to sorry. They were killer in the first half, and that's why, like, I know I keep repeating this, right? But it truly fucking stuns me. They were surgical in the first half, nearly flawless. Like I'm saying this shit like I'm a fucking Chiefs fan. Like I'm dick riding the Chiefs, man. I'm just being honest, bro. It was a near flawless first half. Like no one saw this coming. No one saw this coming. And that's the thing about the NFL, man. It's just like moments like these are just so amazing, man, that it's all recorded. Like it's so crazy, bro. Like genuinely, it's insane. You know, the Chiefs defense struggled to contain Joe Burrow and his team. Yeah, definitely did. The Chiefs defense, wow. Second half, man. Woo. It's like they were playing against a fucking high school football team or some shit, bro. It's just like, man, it's just like, and at that, I even think a high school football team would have done better in that position, bro. And it's just like, it's really sad to like feel this way, man, because it's like I've never looked at the Chiefs as being a bad team. Never, man. Like they dominate the AFC, and it's just like, man. I mean, but every team goes through that shit. I give the Chiefs props for making it at least to the semifinals. Props to you, man. But you guys fucked up big time, and you may have lost a lot of fans from that shit. And yeah, tied in the fourth quarter, 24-24. And then, obviously, you know how it ends. Um, and this was news after game. The Chiefs will do exit meetings with players before off season. So I believe, in other words, they're going to fire a lot of players. You're gonna fire a lot of people in the organization. Obviously, also hiring a lot of new players and more better people for the organization to just rebuild their team. Because obviously, what happened in the second half, you gotta fire some fucking people. Because shit like this doesn't just happen having a great team. Like, someone fucked up. Maybe a coordinator, maybe the coach was fucked. I don't give a fuck who fucked up. You fire that motherfucker, because the Chiefs, man, I don't know who was fucking calling their plays in the second half, but none of them fucking worked. None of them fucking worked, man. And you have to fire some people. My respect to those people for, taking us up. No, taking the Chiefs, not taking us. Chiefs are my fucking favorite team. But taking the Chiefs up there, and that's it. Credit, respect, but you get the fuck out. You're not. You just can't be there, bro. Brett Veach. For those who don't know, he's the general manager of the Chiefs. He and his crew began to rebuild for the 2022 NFL season with free agency in March and the NFL draft in April. So that says a lot. I'm not sure what ballot they have. I don't know where they like what. Because like a lot of teams are able to get first pick, second pick, third pick, about the best player and all this. I don't know what picks they have, but I just hope they pick someone good, bro. Because especially with free agency coming in March, that's gonna help a lot, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of players on free agency, so you just have to fucking pick up someone good, because defense, man, yeah, they really fucking struggled. The offense tried their best, man, but even at that, in the second half, it was okay, it's just everyone was fucking up on the Chiefs, and it's it's just whatever, man. I'm just frustrated. I don't even want to fucking talk about this shit anymore. You know what I mean? Just dude, Chiefs, you fucked up. Bengals, fucking, I'm dick riding y'all. You know what I mean? even though, at that, I don't have the Bengals winning the Super Bowl. Woo! Fuck! Wow, did I just fucking say that, bro? Yeah. But I'll get into that later. Don't get me wrong. Now, the moment we'd all been waiting for. The moment we all been waiting for. The NFC Championship game. Yeah. And you saw how passionate I was about the AFC Championship game and the Bengals versus the Chiefs, man. But it's really nothing compared about the Rams versus the fucking 49ers, man. Wow, with porn star Jimmy G, bro. Yeah. Wow, man. What a fucking game, bro. And the same thing happened with this team. And, what I call coincidentally, most of the games leading up to this game all lost by 3 points. Bengals and Chiefs lost by 3 points. Rams and the 49ers lost by 3 points. And I don't know if that's a common thing. I don't really pay close attention. I'm who won the game? I don't see the 3-point, deficit. But, for some reason, I paid more close attention, and I realized, this team lost by 3 points. 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 I'm wait, what the fuck is going on? Why is it always 3 points? Why isn't it a touchdown or an enormous amount of points? Why 3? And obviously I know why, the field goal, but it's does every game end in a fucking field goal? Is that how the Super Bowl is gonna end? It's gonna be 3 points, because that's how it's always been, leading up to this point. So I'm I don't know. So 2017 was the score. Wow, man. And for those who don't know, man, I hate the fucking 49ers. You know what I'm saying? So, it's more about like, the Bay Area clash. Because when the Raiders were part of Oakland, it was really like the Raiders versus the 49ers about like who's the king of the Bay, right? Who's the king of the Bay? And that's what it really was, right? Like with the Lakers, with the Clippers, right? It's like who's the king of LA, right? This was kind of like that, right? Oakland Raiders, San Francisco 49ers. But I still consider it, Battle of the Bay, just for like, and I know they're not part of the Bay, right? But just for like how long they've been playing and how much fans already know about that shit, Like, dude, I wanted to see like the Raiders versus the 49ers Super Bowl, dude, or like a game against each other. That would have been like fucking killer, dude. That would have been insane, and it could have led to that, but the refs did not have our back. They weren't fair, so whatever, man. The Rams, man. Wow, wow. My third favorite team in the NFL. Second, the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, first, the Las Vegas Raiders. My third, Los Angeles Rams. Their fucking team, phenomenal. Just like there's no other words to describe them. Just fucking phenomenal, flawless, dude. Just like completely insane, right? Like, what's their quarterback name? Matthew Stafford, right? He plays really great. Like just playing out, he plays really fucking great. And the team that he has behind his back, dude, like the Rams organization, copying Von Miller and fucking Odell Beckham Jr., dude, and the rest of the players that have that fucking team, it's just like it's a dream team. Like if you had that team, like if you were coaching that fucking team, you would be like, yeah, I'm that fucking shit, bro. Like I'm the shit right now, bro. Like that team, that's like a NFL fantasy team, bro. That's like if you fucking saw those, like if you open a card pack in the NFL, like fantasy or some shit, or like a Madden, and you're building like a super team, like a dream team, and you got those fucking players, you'd be like, oh, we're dominating everyone, bro. Like, if you got Matthew Stafford as QB, you got fucking Von Miller fucking as the outside linebacker, and Odell Beckham Jr., being the wide receiver, you would be like, oh, we're dominating, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck who else we have on a team. With that three people, we're dominating, bro. Like it's actually fucked, bro. Like it's actually insane. Having those and Odell, bro. Do I even gotta say anything about him, bro? Do we know who the fuck he is? Do you know who the fuck Von Miller is, dude? I believe 2 Chainz has a line mentioning him. Like he was saying, like going savage, like Von Miller, or it was Rick Ross. Rick Ross. He was saying like, I'm a cold killer. I go Von Miller or some shit. I mean, and it just shows you the fucking praise this guy gets, dude. Like, wow, dude, what a crazy fucking trio, eh? Like, damn. Okay, so the Rams scored 13 points in the fourth quarter. Excuse me. So the 49ers weren't doing bad. They just fucked up in the fourth quarter. If the Rams managed to score 13 points in the fourth quarter, dude, that's just like something's going on, bro. That like 49ers, bro, get on your shit, bro. You gotta fire someone there. You gotta hire better people. Cause like you guys fucked up. Just plain out, right? Just like kind of like with the Chiefs. Obviously, the Chiefs is more on a grand scale because they're just an overall better team, and I still think the Chiefs are a better team than those four teams: the Bengals, Rams, and the 49ers, right? But you guys fucked up big time. So yeah, man, it's just like, and the thing is, I don't really give a fuck. 49ers, you can continue on sucking. I don't give a shit, right? You're my least favorite team in the NFL. I have like a football tier list of like football teams ranked from like S to F. And the 49ers, as you guessed it, rated F because they're just fucked. And you know the thing is, so I wasn't planning to get in this shit, but let me get into this shit, right? The 49ers have the most fucking toxic fan base in the whole NFL and maybe in sports history, right? Next to like the Warriors. I'm a Warriors fan, don't get me wrong, but the Warriors fans can be very fucking toxic, especially on Twitter and Instagram, you know what I'm saying? They're very toxic. You know, and the thing is, they both have in common. They're both from San Fran, so it's just like maybe San Fran is just fucking toxic as fuck, you know, and like you know, maybe that's what it is, you know. But the 49ers, dude, literally when I open fucking Twitter, when the 49ers beat whatever fucking team to get where they're at, all their fucking, you know, tweets and shit, it was just some like, oh, the 49ers beat the Packers, right? It was just like the just like the most weirdest shit, dude. Like the 49ers were like posting, you know, pictures of like Aaron Rodgers, like, you know, like in pain, like laying down on the ground with like his mouth open, like in shock. But he was clearly in pain, and they were posting like memes to that shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you guys doing, bro? Like this guy's in pain, and you're fucking just making fun of him and shit. Like, dude, like come on, you know? It's like, dude, man, that game, the Packers versus the 49ers, man, that was fucked, man. Because I really had the Packers winning. I was like, there's no way. This is not even close. The 49ers are winning. But somehow they did. And, you know, props to you guys, you know. But yeah, fuck, man. The 49ers, though, man. And I feel like the main reason why the 49ers lost, it was Aaron Donald for the Rams, defense tackle. He kept on putting pressure on Jimmy, on porn star Jimmy G, leading to a subsequent interceptions that sealed the deal for the Rams, right? Yeah, I mean, this guy was fucking making interceptions after interceptions, dude. And it was just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, do you fucking care about this game, bro? Like as a quarterback, obviously, I've never been a quarterback. I don't know what it's like to be in that mind, you know, in that mind state. But as a quarterback, dude, when you see a player fucking coming at you, you go the other way, bro. You don't just like, you know, just stand there, you just like looking at what player you're gonna throw at, dude. Like, you go the other fucking way, bro. Like, and the thing is, right, and a lot of 49er fans, you know, a lot of 49er dick riders gonna be telling me like, well, he tried doing that, but you know, they kept going at him, right? Or he couldn't like he had nowhere else to go, right? And I'll give you that, because if no one's seen that picture of Aaron Donald, dude, if you see how big this motherfucker is, you're like, if you saw this motherfucker coming like straight running at you, I'd be like, oh fuck, I'm dead, bro. I'm like, dude, there's no way I'm surviving this shit. I work out, I'm fairly big, dude, and this motherfucker came running at me, bro. I'm just like, God, take me up to heaven, because there's no way I'm fucking beating this fucking guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy is fucking huge, bro. So, like, fair enough, bro. Aaron Donald did his fucking thing, man, and that's the reason. Like, that's one of the reasons why the Rams are they're gonna win the Super Bowl. Aaron Donald, Odell, Vaughn, Matthew, like, dude, those four names, dude. Wow, it's just like they stand out so much, dude, and it's so dope seeing that because you're just like, they'll have good chemistry, and you can just see the excitement in their faces whenever they like, they score a point, they're supporting each other, and like it's so dope, man. It's like they're all best friends that managed to land on the same team. Like it's just dope. It's like if your best friend was like team captain, and there's another team captain, and the other team captain just managed to not pick your best friends, and you were like, oh dope, my best friend right there, best friend, my team. It's like kind of like that, right? So the Rams endured a comeback push by Tom Brady and defending champion by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Rams endured a comeback push by Tom Brady and the defending champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you saw that game, dude, the Rams versus the Buccaneers, it was just like, it was just crazy, right? I'm gonna take my headphones off because my voice is kind of, just irritating me a little bit. But I'm gonna continue talking. Excuse me. But if you really saw that game, with the Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you were like, there's no way, because like, I believe in the first half, the Rams were like dominating, as they always do. But when you saw the Buccaneers coming back, you were like, oh shit, are they gonna fucking win? Is this gonna be like one of these games where like, dude, like Tom Brady just comes back? Sadly, it wasn't that. It was over for Tom Brady, and it sucks because he retired after that, and I will get into that later on. But it would have been cool seeing Tom Brady win his final Super Bowl. Of course, this motherfucker already has a bunch of rings. He already has a bunch of Super Bowl wins. So it's like, dude, it's just like, all right, bro, you don't need another one, right? It would have been cool though. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not a Tom Brady like fucking stan. I'm not like a huge fan of his. I respect him as a lot. Most people do. I'm not a fan of the Buccaneers by any means. But it's just like it would have been cool to see that, right? But the way the Rams, and that's why I'm saying Super Bowl is going to the Rams, because dude, the Rams versus the Buccaneers was like a Super Bowl in itself. Like, that was an insane fucking game. Like the way that Matthew Stafford just dominated Tom Brady, dude, that was like, me even saying that right now, I'm like, dude, am I high right now? It's just like, like before that game even happened, I'm like, Matthew Stafford dominating Tom Brady. I'm like, wait. Like, do I gotta check myself? Like, do I need to go to the hospital right now? But like, what's going on with me? Like, why am I saying this type of shit? Like, am I really fucked in the head? But that's exactly what he did. His fucking team, the Rams, dominated the Buccaneers, and you're just like, dude, I don't give a fuck if you're a fan of what team, dude. I don't give a fuck if you're a Buccaneers fan. You gotta give this fucking team respect, bro. You gotta be aware of how, if you really invest in the NFL, you gotta be aware of how fucking good the Rams are, dude. They're just an insane fucking team, dude. That is just like, while props is due, man. There's a lot of people that I don't like, but I gotta respect them for what they do, right? And because I'm a man of truth, man. I gotta be truthful to shit. When I see certain people doing successful shit, I'm like, dude, props to you, man. I might not fuck with your music. I might not fuck with whatever you do. But props to you, man. You're doing good. And that's the thing. And I feel like I was like growing that with the 49ers. And then they fucked up. I'm like, yeah, I was right. You guys fucking suck. I'm never falling for you guys again. Yeah, man, but like, wow, bro, these games, man. This past weekend and the Super Bowl coming in 2 weeks. Today is February 4th, so 2 weeks, 2 weekends from now, uh, or 1 weekend from now. Cause it's not this weekend, next weekend. Wow, bro. All right, so my plan with the podcast was to do the football segments first, and then later on, do the other stuff. So let's get into some more football stuff, right? Shall we? Tom Brady retiring. Wow. I mean, instantly my head goes to like instant clickbait thumbnail, instant, putting this in the title of the video, posting on YouTube and Spotify and every streaming platform. But yeah, man. Wow, Tom Brady retiring, man. It's just like, I got into NFL when Tom Brady was really in his bag. Obviously I was a little kid, so I didn't really understand much. But whenever I saw Tom Brady play, whenever I saw the Patriots play, dude, I was just like, this is a fucking team, eh? Like, this was a dream team. Like, if you were around that time if you were paying attention around that time, seeing the Patriots play, dude, you were like, fuck. Like, it was really difficult to be fans of other teams knowing that the Patriots were going to win the Super Bowl by any means necessary. Like, it was just fucked. Like, even your favorite team, like, dude, you were just like, I don't know if it can beat the Patriots. Like, the legacy man Tom Brady left, it's just, like, it's unbeatable, bro. Like, he's the best QB of all time. Fucking fight me, bro. Fucking try to debate me with this shit, bro. This is just facts. Like, this is stats. He's like number one in everything as a quarterback, bro. They're just like, there's no like fucking, debating the shit, man. The only person that really comes close, and it's still far, is Joe Montana, for the 49ers. But that's really it, dude. And it really doesn't, it's like, it's close, but it's like not that close. Tom Brady, dude, 22 years playing professional in the NFL, man. It's all this guy fucking knows, man. It's just like, when someone's been doing some shit for so long, man, it's just like, there's no way of really beating him. Like, with Eminem and MGK, it's just like, there's no way MGK is gonna out rap Eminem, dude. He's just been doing it for so long. You know what I mean? And it's at the same level. I'm comparing Eminem to Tom Brady, right? It's at that same level. I mean, dude, you're not going to be a fucking GOAT that's been doing this shit longer than you were fucking born, dude. 22 years? I'm 19. This guy was fucking winning Super Bowls before I was even born, bro. And he's still relevant. He's still seen as a GOAT by many people today. So it's really just like, there's no outbeating this fucking guy, bro. He just left a legacy. I feel like, give Patrick Mahomes a couple years, a few years, and maybe he can, like, I'm not saying top that, but match that, close. But that's who I really just see. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, but I think Aaron Rodgers is closer to finishing. So I don't know if he's going to really do that. But with Patrick Mahomes, I think he can come close. I think he can. It kind of hurts saying, like, maybe Patrick Mahomes could suppress Joe Montana, but Joe Montana, dude, I just like. If you see that motherfucker play in his prime, dude, if you seen him play at all, you're like, oh, damn, this fucking guy is insane, right? Yeah, man, but seven-time Super Bowl winning Tom Brady, announces his retirement after 22 years in the NFL on social media, out of all places. Understandable, right? Everyone's on social media, so to announce your retirement somewhere, yeah, obviously social media is like the greatest platform. Instagram, Snapchat, you know, perhaps TikTok, maybe Twitter. Yeah, so I mean Twitter, everyone's talking about it, right? I mean it's like trending. It's probably still fucking trending to this day, and it's been like what, a couple of days. Understandable though. Fucking goat, It's like LeBron James retiring. I think LeBron James retiring is bigger than Tom Brady's, but I mean, dude, even at that, Tom Brady retiring is fucking crazy because this guy's been playing forever, dude. Like I said, he's been playing more than my entire life. So seeing him retire, was just like it's weird because I've never seen this fucking guy start playing the NFL. I wasn't even fucking born yet. So seeing him end, it just feels fucking weird, right? Yeah, I mean Tom Brady, greatest QB of all time, of course. And this was something I want to get into. So I'm gonna get into this. It's a QB list from a specific someone that I really enjoy watching and listening to. Um, it's a QB list, top 5 QBs of all time. I don't have personally a QB all time top 5 list, but this comes close. And I feel like if I had one, this would really come close to it because this is a great fucking list right here, eh? Stephen A, host of First Take, host of Stephen A's World on ESPN, ESPN Plus, whatever. Great fucking guy, man. Never had the chance to speak with this man, but obviously, later on when I become more successful, I want to speak to this fucking guy because this guy he's an overall fucking character, man. Like he's just such a dope guy. He has great energy. I love what he brings. Obviously, not every take, is like, hammer on the nail, but I love this guy, and I don't really, care about, takes that I don't like about him. I respect him on a personal level. I do agree with him mostly. Don't get me wrong, but dope guy, and when credits due, credits is due, man, and here on the Once a Mind podcast, we give out roses. We give out flowers to people before they pass, right? We give out fucking their flowers before, like Benny the Butcher, a rapper. He has a great line. Is like, "Am I wrong? I want my bouquet when I can smell it." Because most people, they give you flowers, give you your roses once you pass. We don't do this here in the Once in Mind podcast. If you fuck with the Once in Mind podcast, you fuck with respecting people. You fuck with giving props when props is due. When someone's doing fucking great, you give them fucking credit and you make sure to let them know that shit, right? And the thing is, I know I get emotional on this type of shit, right? It's because, like, why do we hate on people, bro? Just, like, let people be, bro. Obviously there's a lot of bad people out there, and don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of bad people out there. But the thing is, when it comes to, like, I'm talking about great people, right? Like Stephen A. Why do we show him props? Like LeBron, dude. Why do we fucking hate this guy so much, right? Just like what he just one bad thing in the game, and we're like, dude, L plus ratio, like he fell off, bro. Like Michael Jordan is better, Somehow NBA YoungBoy gets in there. They're like, NBA YoungBoy is way better than LeBron James. I'm like, what are you on, bro? It's like two different things. Rap and fucking basketball. And like, yeah, NBA YoungBoy better. But, it's a bunch of Twitter trolls. So, so it's just like, yeah, it's whatever, man. But Stephen A., man, respect. Maybe you're watching this a couple years from now. Maybe I'm like sitting with you. I'm showing you this clip. I don't know, dude. Anything can happen, in life. Respect to you, man. I fucking love you so much, bro. And like, you know what's really weird? Before I really got into like, or no, actually not before, but if it wasn't for me doing music or doing fashion designs or content creating other shit, 'cause I love content creating and I love sports. So you know where I'm going with this. If I wasn't doing my fashion design and music, I could really 100% see myself being like I'm not sure what they're called, like the people that just talk on ESPN, that have their own shows. I can really see myself doing that. It's a dope platform. I love, being watched by people, and I feel like it would be dope. Maybe that's what I have later on in my life. Maybe that's what I do when I retire from music or fashion designing, which I don't think I will. But when I, maybe when I slow down, when I'm like older, maybe that's like in for me in the future. I don't know. I don't see it, coming anytime in the future, just based on all the shit I have planned, all the shit I want to do. But yeah, I mean, I really see myself doing that. So, props to you, Stephen A. So, let's get into Stephen A's QB list, right? So let's go from 5 to 1. Fifth best player to first best player, right, of all time. So at number 5, we got Aaron fucking Rodgers. Just like let that sink in a little bit. Number 5, top 5 QBs of all fucking time. We got Aaron Rodgers, bro. People sleep on Aaron Rodgers so much that it actually pisses me the fuck off, dude. Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all fucking time, bro. Aaron Rodgers is a deadly motherfucker that you just don't want to be playing around with, bro. If you see this motherfucker play, you're like, holy shit, bro. And you're like, how does this guy do what he does? Why is he so great? Like, dude, relax, bro. It's just like Aaron Rodgers is a crazy motherfucker. And the thing with the Packers, dude, they have a great fucking team, bro. They just have a great overall team that you're just like, it's insane, right? Green Bay, dope, right? And the thing is, with Aaron Rodgers and his team, dude, the Green Bay Packers, they play in the cold, bro. That's not an easy thing to do, bro. To be playing like most of your home games in the cold, bro. Because Green Bay, I believe, is cold as fuck. That shit's crazy, bro. And that's just like, that's a whole nother level of respect, bro. Because they're fucking playing with like cold ass, hard ass nipples and shit. I mean, that's what I think of when I think I'm cold and shit. And it's just like, you think that would be like a factor that would make you lose. These fucking guys always win, bro. And it's insane. So that's why it pissed me off when the 49ers beat the Packers. Because I'm like, there's like no way that there was room for that. So let's get into number 4. Seems obvious. Seems like, oh yeah, like, obviously he's ranked at this. Number 4, greatest QB of all time. We got Patrick Mahomes. Ooh, fuck, bro. And the thing is, I believe Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing for that long yet in the NFL professionally. So that's saying a lot, right? Obviously, top 3 is going to be kind of hard to beat. I'm not going to say it yet because I just want to, break down Patrick Mahomes a little bit. But, dude, Patrick Mahomes, overall killer. Does great under pressure. Obviously, not all the time. But for the most part, he does great under pressure. Great in the postseason. Just a guy that takes his craft seriously. And, it's just like great recognizes great, right? This guy takes his shit serious. And this guy, he's like a killer in the gym too. Like he's not just on the field, bro. I see some workout videos on about him. He was like fucking like benching like 3 plates, just like casual. I'm like, this guy takes their shit serious. Because most of the QBs are like, they're just like they're like scrawny a little bit. They're pretty skinny and shit. Like they don't look best in shit. Like you see Tom Brady's physique, you're like, that's not a dream body, right? He has like a fucking runner body, which I guess QB, but like Patrick Mahomes, dude, like he's great fucking shape, right? He's pretty yacked, right? I mean, doing 3 plates, dude, fucking bench press, what the fuck? It's just like, it's not a casual thing you just do. Like, you build up to that shit, I still struggle fucking with 1 plate on each side, bro. But he's doing 3 plates. So, I mean, dude, Patrick Mahomes, man, great team, great city. I just wish they fixed whatever is going on over there, man. Because I really don't want to see Patrick Mahomes go to any other team unless it's the Raiders, man. This is a this is an opportunity. This is a little call out. If you want to join the Raiders, bro, Derek Carr's leaving this season. So, yo, Patrick, you want to come over here, bro? I think we got a great team for you. Max Crosby, dude, great player. We got fucking Henry, what's his name? We got, Henry Ruggs, dude. We got some great players, bro. We got a new head coach. So if you want to, like, start fresh, bro, this is your sign. So let's not slow down on this. Top 3 QBs of all time, and a lot of people. I mean, for most things, it always comes down to top 3. Like, I know there's top 5s and shit. That doesn't really matter. It's always about top 3. Like, with top 3 in the rap game, they say like, oh, J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick Lamar. Like, it's always like top 3, right? So even being top 3, that's not a bad sign. That's like, you're still one of the greatest. Third greatest QB of all time, Peyton fucking Manning, dude. Yeah. Peyton Manning, dude, when he was playing for the Broncos, man, it was just like, it's like what I'm saying with the Tom Brady and the Patriots. It's really just like, it's a matter of just like, dude, this guy he just takes this shit so serious. And I understand he's a good dude, right? Like, he's a great dude, but it's just like, when you see this motherfucker play on the field, you're like, I don't want to approach this guy, right? You're just like, this guy's gonna say some mean shit to me, bro. Like, Peyton Manning is just, and his brother too, dude. Eli Manning, New York Giants, great fucking guy too, right? But Peyton Manning, dude, obviously older brother, the older brother, I would consider the better brother. But I mean, as far as being a QB, I don't know on a personal level. As far as QB, he's the better brother. But if you seen, dude, Peyton Manning, dude, play like just as a QB for Broncos, man, the Broncos were like, before Patrick Mahomes was really put on like on the map and shit, the Broncos were dominating the AFC. Or is it AFC? I don't. Sorry, guys. I don't remember my own fucking AFC or NFC, whatever it is. But the Broncos were dominating our section because I believe each section is break down into 4 teams. So it's the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Chargers. That's like its own thing, and then other teams have different sections. So the 4 teams, the Broncos were dominating, dude. Obviously now it's the Chiefs, and then the Raiders, and then the Broncos, and then the Chargers. But before it was the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Chargers, and dude, and it was really because of Peyton Manning. I don't really recall because this was like too back in time for me. I was younger. I don't really recall who was on the team, who was the head coach, but all I know was Peyton Manning, dude, stone cold killer, bro. Like, he is the definition of being a cold killer, bro. Have you seen this motherfucker play, dude? Have you seen his fucking throws? His fucking posture, dude. Just the way he fucking throws, dude. You're like, that's the definition of a fucking quarterback right there. Like, that's a great fucking quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and Peyton Manning, dude, he's just like an overall just great player, dude, and just like a respectable man. I believe now he has like his own show on ESPN with his brother Eli Manning, and they do like takes on certain games, and it's just like it's dope to see that he really is committed to the NFL, and he just loves football in general, whether it's playing or commentating on it. He just loves football, and it's just so dope to see, right? That someone cares about their craft that much, right? So now let's get into the second greatest quarterback of all time. This is a big one right here. And this is someone I mentioned, I believe, earlier in this podcast. This is a big name. this is just like when you think of greatest quarterbacks of all time, this is one of the guys that pop up. Definitely earlier guy. Definitely your dad knows who he is. You probably don't know much about him. You probably weren't even born yet. If you're around my age, if you're a bit younger, on the younger side. But there's a lot of footage of him playing, and it's just like, this guy's goated, dude. Joe Montana, second best quarterback of all time, according to Stephen A. Right? And I might put him at that spot too. Joe Montana, bro. I mean, there's really not much I can say about him because I don't know too much about him. I just know he was a quarterback for the 49ers. Joe Montana. Wait, whoa. Am I thinking of Joe Montana or Jerry Rice? Oh shit, fuck. I might fucked up. I might have fucked up. But I have seen footage of Joe Montana play. Joe Montana, dude, it's just like an insane guy. Joe Montana played for the Raiders, I believe. I might be wrong by that. Fuck. I don't really have anything to search up right now. So, but I've seen Joe Montana play. I just don't remember what color he was wearing. This guy was a fucking unit, dude. Like, he was a pretty big guy, great in shape. Again, I look at posture when it comes to quarterbacks. This guy's posture, dude, just the way he paid close attention and the way he just like had himself just like positioned, dude, crazy. And it just like, again, you gotta give this man respect. I'm not aware of what he's doing now. I'm not sure if he's passed away. I'm not sure. I know he's like quite old, so I'm not sure if he like I'm not sure what he's doing now. But Joe Montana, man, this guy was a crazy football player, dude. Just a great QB, great quarterback, and just like, you gotta give this man his props, right? So now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. This one is maybe expected, maybe not expected. Maybe there's a quarterbacks that you guys enjoy or have at number one. I 100% agree with this one. This may be unexpected, may be expected. But there's someone on this list that we have not mentioned, but we have mentioned earlier in this podcast. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this reveal? Number one, greatest quarterback of all time. We're talking about years and years. Just be aware of how long football has been around, how long the NFL has been around. Out of all those quarterbacks, out of everyone, this number one guy, and I know I'm about to say who it is, but just really fathom that shit. He's the number one quarterback of anyone that's ever been fucking playing in the NFL. Tom Brady, man. To listeners, I'm clapping right now. Tom Brady, dude. Number one greatest quarterback of all fucking time, dude. Stop playing with this guy, bro. I don't give a shit if you're a Tom Brady fan, if you hate the Patriots, if you hate the Buccaneers. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you enjoy the NFL, you know this guy's the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't care who your favorite team is. I don't care who your favorite quarterback is. This guy is the greatest of all time. And just stop. It's like with Michael Jordan and LeBron, dude. It's just like, dude, Michael Jordan is the best. Stop playing, dude. LeBron's getting close, but as of right now, MJ is better. Who's the king of pop? Michael Jackson. Stop playing. The Weeknd maybe is coming close. Michael Jackson is the best. With Tom Brady, same level. There's levels to this shit, man. Right? No one comes close to Tom Brady. right? Because the second person I mentioned is Joe Montana. Joe Montana isn't playing anymore. Tom Brady just like elevated it so high, right? Peyton Manning isn't playing no more, so it's just like, I feel like for the people that are coming for that crown, for that top one position, I feel like they're all gonna fall, right? Like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna be building up, trying to be the best, and they're gonna fall. You're like, oh, Tom Brady's just too good, I don't want to be playing for that long, and they're just gonna fall. The thing with players like Tom Brady, which isn't many players, people like Tom Brady, man, it's just like they're different. They're a different breed. They're like they manage to just be born at the right time, right second, dude. Just like right day. They got so lucky as far as like genetics, as far as like muscle memory, just like mentality, just like knowing how to deal with shit. Just like they did everything perfectly, dude. And it's just like, this guy is the greatest quarterback of all time. And dude, it's just like Tom Brady, bro. He's a household name. Like when you say it, dude, you don't even have to be an NFL fan to know who he is. You don't have to watch the NFL. You know who Tom Brady is, dude. You know who Tom Brady is. You might have heard him from someone. You might have seen him on TV. You might have seen him on social media. You know who this guy is, dude. And you know he's the greatest, So, so since we're talking about Tom Brady's retiring, let's get into some of Tom Brady's accomplishments to just remind people on where this motherfucker stands, right? Just on why he's the greatest quarterback of all time and why people praise him so much, like me. Brady holds 54 NFL records, dude. You know how hard it is just to get one record in the NFL? Just like fathom that. Just being number one, like just being the best at something, right? This motherfucker has 54 NFL records, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? As if one was fucking too little, bro. One is like, one seems like enough, dude. This guy has 54, dude. 22 years of playing. This guy has 54 NFL records. How many of that in like in a fucking year is that, dude? Crazy, dude. It's just like, this guy is dedicated to his shit. And you just gotta give this man props, dude. You just gotta give this man props. This guy loves what he does, so you just gotta respect him, man. Not only does he do what he loves, he is the greatest at it, right? A lot of people are like, I want to be the greatest at what I do. This motherfucker actually is that. He is the embodiment of being the greatest at his craft. Like Tom Brady, the same level as LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Eminem, Jay-Z, Serena Williams, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, you name it. He is at that level. He is debated to be one of the greatest athletes in the fucking world. Definitely top 5. Definitely top 5 greatest athletes in the world. Greatest quarterback of all time. 22 years playing in the NFL professionally. He is debated to be one of the greatest sport athletes of all time. Obviously, I got Michael Jordan number 1, but Tom Brady really comes close, dude. And it's insane, dude. It's insane. Not only to be the greatest at what you do, but being greatest in sports in general. It's just weird saying that. Like, I feel like weird right now saying that shit. He's one of the greatest in sports. What the fuck, dude? Just like, really, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Just like, most people can't fathom being great at anything, dude. This guy's the greatest in sports in general. Like, what? I don't know, man. When it comes to people like Tom Brady, dude, you just gotta... It's just different. It's a different type of respect, dude. Right. So, okay, he holds 54 NFL records. And let's get into this the football topics, because I feel like I've been talking about football a while, and I don't want to fucking bleed your ears from all this football talk. So, he holds records. He holds record for Super Bowl appearances. 9 Super Bowl appearances. Has won 7 of them. That means he's only lost 2 Super Bowls, dude. He has won 7 out of 9 Super Bowls that he's appeared in, dude. It's just insane, dude. It's just like, what is wrong with this fucking guy? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not even with the Patriots. He joined the Buccaneers and still won a Super Bowl. Like, what the fuck is this guy on, man? Damn. And it really just shows, like, Tom Brady is he's just a great player that, it's like with LeBron, you know? He'll take his team to the finals. This team may fucking suck, but he'll still take him to the playoffs, at least the playoffs, because he's that great of a player, you know? 7 Super Bowl victories. Insane. And 4 Super Bowl MVPs, dude. 4 Super Bowl MVPs. That is nuts, dude. That is nuts. 4 Super Bowl MFPs, dude. MVPs? I said MFPs. I was thinking of NFTs, on which I will get into later. But 4 Super Bowl MVPs, dude? What the fuck? This guy has dude, it's just there's so many great players that play in the Super Bowl, dude, that this guy still stands out. Like, he's not overhyped. He's literally, statistically the greatest. And it's insane. He holds Super Bowl records for passing yards, 2,576 Super Bowl records for passing yards, dude. Crazy number. Passing touchdowns, 18? 18 passing touchdowns in the Super Bowl. It's weird. It's just weird. Completions, 256. And attempts, 392. I mean, these are just crazy numbers, dude. And it's just did a kid write these numbers? Is someone trolling me right now? Is there someone fucked up right now that's writing false numbers? It just seems that way, right? But this is all real, dude. It's all recorded. It's all, this is all statistics, dude. This is not me, just coming up with shit, just wanting to convince y'all Tom Brady's the best. This is all statistics, dude. These are all stats, dude. He has the greatest numbers, man. And it's just it is what it is, man. I'd feel so fucked up if I was a quarterback, because I was with me, I'm I want to be the greatest at everything that I do. So I feel so fucked up if I was quarterback. I'm I gotta top this motherfucker. I gotta beat his numbers. I'm not even close. I'm not even halfway close. So at 41 years old, he became the oldest QB to start and win a Super Bowl. Like I said, man, different breed, right? Most overall, not just Super Bowl, not postseason, most overall touchdown passes with 590 touchdown passes. So for those who don't know what a touchdown pass is, hike, huddle, hike. He has to touchdown. He's looking at someone close by, or not close by, but someone that's open. Throws the ball at someone, and that person makes the touchdown. That's what that means. He has done that 590 times in his 22 years of playing in the NFL. At this point, dude, just if you're an aspiring quarterback, just fuck off, right? Just fuck off, dude. You're not topping this fucking guy. This guy has made 590 touchdown passes. Get off his dick, bro. You're not coming close at all. Dude. 590 touchdown passes? What the fuck? Dude, it's so weird, dude. That's so many, bro. No one's coming close, dude. No one. Selected to 14 Pro Bowls. Pro Bowls only go out to the greatest NFL players. This motherfucker has been selected with 14 Pro Bowls. Playing 22 years, 14 out of 22. Do the fucking math, dude. That is nuts. That is more than half, dude, of his fucking time playing his career in the NFL. More than half. He has been selected 14 Pro Bowls. You know, I can keep saying it, man, but he's different, man. I can keep saying it, but you guys already know, right? Most all-time post-season victories for a starting QB with 30. Most all-time post-season victories for a starting QB with 30. Crazy. I mean, it's just insane, right? So let's finish this up, right? Let's wrap this up real quick. All-time postseason passing yards with 11,170 passing yards. 11,170 yards. All-time postseason completions with 1,005. Still crazy. I was going to say 1,105, but it's not that, but it's 1,005, which is still insanely nuts. All-time postseason touchdown passes with 73. Yeah. So that means in one season, right? Record for conference championship appearances with 13. And titles 9. He has won 9 conference championship games and appeared in 13. So you do the math, that's 9 out of 13. So more than fucking half. I mean, this guy's nuts, man. Just try to wrap this up real quick. This is the whole Tom Brady's retiring segment. Tom Brady, man, is just like the legacy that he left for not just QBs, but like NFL players in general. It's just a mentality, a legacy that you have to take notes from, dude. Especially if you're like an aspiring NFL player, dude. No matter what position you play, I don't care what position you play, bro. You gotta take notes. You gotta pick up the gems this motherfucker laid, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really pay close attention to what this motherfucker has done in his legacy, in his lifetime, and his career in the NFL. You gotta pay close attention. You gotta take notes. You gotta apply the good shit that he did, and apply it to yourself, man. Because Tom Brady has left one of the greatest legacies in the entire world, or in the world, in sports history. At that. Wow. Yeah. So, getting closer, wrapping up this these football segments. So now let's go into the next segment. The Raiders head coach. Raiders new head coach at that, right? The Raiders new head coach, Josh McDaniels. Don't know much about this guy. Obviously did some research. I took some bullet points about him. Shit that stood out to me. Don't really know much about him. I've heard a lot of people saying he has a massive ego. Hopefully that works well. Hopefully, it doesn't backfire on us. Because, if we have a bad head coach, we have to find a new one, and it just takes more time, more interviews. more contract signing. Just it takes longer overall, and it's just like it's not needed. This time is not needed, right? We want to get shit quickly done and just be ready for the NFL draft and the free agency. We want to make sure that we pick the right players for our team, for the Raiders, so they manage to go back to the playoffs, manage to win a conference final, and we go to the Super Bowl. So a great asset that Josh McDaniels brings is that he has been coaching. He has coaching experiment. Let me rephrase that. He has coaching experience of 21 years. That's great. That's great. When a coach says that he has been coaching for 21 years, you're like, oh, okay, so you're legit, right? Like, so you're the real deal, right? Like, you're not playing around. Like, you have experience. 21 years, to be exact. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 13 years as the Patriots offensive coordinator, which when I first saw that, I'm like, oh wow. Like this was the Patriots when they were in their fucking bag, in their prime. This motherfucker was behind that. This motherfucker was behind the scenes, making plays for these motherfuckers to be the best at what they do. So this could be scary for the Raiders in a great way, though. Scary for the other teams in a bad way, because the fact that this motherfucker was behind the whole Patriots movement, dude, like the whole Patriots, their team in their prime and shit. It's just like, wow, like Josh McDaniels seems pretty legit. Hopefully, let's see how it turns out. But as far as stats, he's pretty good. Pretty good. He has been part of 6 Super Bowl wins with the Patriots. So if he has 13 years as the Patriots, if he was 13 years as the Patriots offensive coordinator, he has 6 Super Bowl wins. That is crazy. Again, more than half, slightly more than half, but that's still crazy. 6 out of 13. That's pretty insane. 6 wins, 6 Super Bowl wins. There's teams that don't even have 1 Super Bowl win. This motherfucker has 6. Insane. This is also a good asset, and I think this may be one of the greatest assets of Josh McDaniels. You know how like most coaches, or not most, I wouldn't say most, but there's a lot of coaches that they have experience in that sport. They played professional. Like Steve Kerr, he was part of the Chicago Bulls, in their prime with Michael Jordan, with what's his name, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, part of that dream team. Steve Kerr runs a great fucking team. The Warriors are literally the best in the NBA. They've been like that for a while. They've won most, they've won many NBA championships, right? So where I'm getting with that is that Josh McDaniel was a former wide receiver and a quarterback. So this motherfucker has, seen how it's like to be on the field. He's been playing professionally. He's seen how shit works. He knows how shit works. And now he's a coach. And he's been coaching for 21 years. So he's played for a bunch of years, and he's been a coach for a bunch of years. It's crazy. That's insane. It really is insane. That's a lot. That brings a lot of potential to the Raiders, right? He played from 1995 to 1998 at John Carpool University. Nice. That's a good amount of years. His dad was a coach, so that shows you that he was put onto this shit for his entire life. He's been having coaching experience, whether it was his dad, giving him, advice on shit, or playing, on teams, and the coaches, telling him what to do and shit. He's always been around this shit. This shit is nothing new to Josh McDaniels. He's been around this shit. You know, he grew up on this shit. While you motherfuckers were watching, fucking, you know, Nickelodeon Kids, bro, Disney Channel. This motherfucker was learning to be one of the greatest coaches of all time. So, yeah, man. He was the head coach of the Denver Broncos at age 32. But for only for a week though, because for some reason they replaced him with Raheem Morris that took his role. I'm not quite sure of the reason, and I'm being completely frank. I'm not hiding any fact. I don't know the main reason of that. But I mean, dude, to become a head coach, it's not like, oh, they just randomly hire anyone. They fucking look over your resume. They see what you bring to the table, and they hired this motherfucker to be a head coach. So it just shows you, right? Yeah, it shows you how great this fucking guy is. So okay, so now while we're wrapping up or the whole the football segment, I believe this is the last topic in the what I have for football. So it's my Super Bowl predictions. So these are based with stats. These are based with facts. Mixed with a little bit of personal opinion. Who I want to win. I don't really care because these aren't like my favorite teams. I mean, the Rams are my third favorite team. Excuse me. Bengals I don't really care much about, but I don't like to just go in just saying like, oh, I like the Rams better. I like to look at who is the overall better team as far as stats and who has the better chance, right? So some notes I got down is that the Bengals have fewer mistakes, meaning like when they're on the field, they're less likely to like make bad plays. Which I didn't really know much about, but they as far from the science I've looked at, the Bengals have fewer making mistakes, as far as like plays and shit, and like they're just overall aware, and that's why they manage to elevate because they're aware of the plays that they make and they perfect them, right? And that's why they have very few mistakes. Also, the Bengals have the ability to overcome the odds to win playoff games, on which I was saying earlier. The games that they won for me make no fucking sense. The way the Bengals beat the Raiders, the way the Bengals beat the Titans, the way the Bengals beat the Kansas City Chiefs, it's just like it goes against everything that I know, right? Because it's like the Bengals just, as it says here, they have the ability to overcome the odds to win playoff games. And it's just like, yeah, that's clear as day, For me, there's no argument with that. I'm like, oh yeah, I've noticed that shit, right? Joe Burrow for the Bengals quarterback, right? For the Bengals, he's the quarterback, right? He makes elite plays in big games. And if you watched any of his games, dude, especially with the playoffs games, you see that, right? Because coming up with like tying the game with like many points deficit, dude, not easy at all. Not easy. Like you really have to get in your fucking bag. And this motherfucker has managed to do that. So, you gotta give this man fucking respect, right? Joe Burrow also has the ability to avoid sacks, on which most QB players always fucking make. Patrick Mahomes, I'm talking to you, bro. Stop getting sacked. Derek Carr, I'm talking to you, bro. Stop getting sacked. He has the ability to avoid sacks. I'm not saying he never gets sacks, but I'm saying that he avoids them at nearly everything that he has, dude. So if he misses a play, it's like it's out of bounds. A person doesn't catch it. A player doesn't catch it. That's the only reason he fumbles the ball, bro. Like, But second, this motherfucker, bro, he's quick on his feet, bro. He's aware. He's like, not only is he looking on the field and who to throw it to, he's like looking in front of him, like who's coming near him, dude. It's just like his eyes are everywhere, bro. It's like this guy has like, fucking, he has a whole body full of eyes that are just like staring at everything. Like he's like Doctor Strange. Like he can fucking predict everything, before it even happens. Like it's insane. It's actually insane. Okay, so as far as the Rams have Odell Beckham Jr. and Von Miller. And right, and we know that, right? We already know that, right? But the thing is, man, if you ever have the time, dude, watch some videos on who these people actually are, and then create like an opinion on it. Because if you see who the fuck Von Miller is, bro, if you see his like backstory, if you see Odell's backstory, you see the shit they've done in their fucking career, dude, you're like, these motherfuckers are on the same team, dude. It's crazy, and that's why I have the Rams winning, dude, for the most part. Yeah, better players, better standing out players, dude. And these motherfuckers are able to make plays, bro. They're deadly as fuck. The LA defense is built to stop passing attacks, which is essential in order to win a game. You need to make passing attacks. You need to make passing plays, right? The Rams have the defense to stop passing attacks, which makes it very difficult, nearly impossible to score a touchdown when your defense is literally set to build, to avoid shit like that from happening, to stop passing attacks. Insane. The Rams, and this is not an opinion of mine, these are stats. The Rams' defense line is overall better than the Bengals' offensive line. Crazy. I mean, see it how you want it, right? Whether it's good or bad to you. I think this is a great fucking thing when your defense line is better than your offensive line. Because it stops you from making plays. It stops the other team from making plays, I mean. And I'm not even saying the Rams' offensive line is horrible. I'm not saying that at all. They have a great offensive line. If you see those fucking players who are on that team. But the defensive line is better than the Bengals' offensive line. Like, statistically. That's what it is. It's insane, right? And overall, I got the Rams winning. Rams versus the Bengals, Super Bowl 2022. I got the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, winning it all. They're winning the Super Bowl. I'm putting everything on black, man. This is blackjack, bro. Spin that fucking wheel, bro. I put everything on black, bro. The Rams are winning. The Rams are winning the Super Bowl. Mark my fucking words, bro. Play this clip back, bro. Send this clip back to me, man. When the outcome of the Super Bowl comes. I got the Rams winning. I really do believe that. I'm not saying the Bengals are a horrible team. They're not a bad team by any means, by any stretch. To reach the Super Bowl is a difficult thing, right? To reach the playoffs in general, right? But the Rams, dude, Rams are different. And I'm gonna say this: if the Bengals do win, man, you automatically become one of my favorite teams, dude. Like, that's insane. Which is not gonna happen, but still to manage to reach the Super Bowl, dude, insane, right? Two teams that I would never expect to make the Super Bowl, right? Rams maybe a little more, but like still, it's just like Rams in the Super Bowl. That's weird, right? So let's transition this out of football now, right? Because I'm timing myself right now, and it says I've been talking for 1 hour and 51 minutes and 18 seconds counting. and most of that was football. I'm a little, just like I feel like you guys are a little, just like, okay, enough of this football. What else you got, right? This is not a football podcast, right? You just understand that right now, right? I'm mainly speaking about this because it's like the trend. It's like the trending topic right now. It's like the most talked about Super Bowl, then the NFC Championship, the AFC Championship, right? It's the most talked about because it's what's most popular right now. That's why I really wanted to get into that first because it's my main headline for today. But now let's move along a little bit, right? So my next category, my next topic for today is new album releases of this weekend. So first, we got 2 Chainz new fucking album titled Dope Don't Sell Itself. Dude. And for people who know me closely, man, they know that I'm a huge 2 Chainz fan, man. Just like his music, his flow, man, his bars, just like overall, this guy is just an astounding rapper, dude. Like everything this guy fucking does, man, it just like it gives me so much inspiration because I'm a rapper as well. I'm a recording artist. I like to call myself more of a recording artist because I like to dabble in other genres and shit. But mainly I'm a rapper. Mainly hip hop. I mainly stick to hip hop type of shit. But I cross over into like indie, a little pop. I like shit like that. And I really feel like because I'm an artist, so I like to I like creating art. No matter what it is. But as far as hip hop, bro, this motherfucker has inspired me so much, man. Like 2 Chainz, obviously co-signed with Kanye West, on his label Good Music. 2 Chainz, man, he's really like one of those guys that like if you want to like show someone what good rap is, you pull up like a 2 Chainz song, like just him going in like fucking Statue of Limitations, dude, like Mama, I Hit a Lick, just like, and I know that's based on his like, I mean, that's not his latest album. His latest album was on the other album. I forget his name. I forgot the name of it. Pardon me, but it. He just has so many bangers. Like I have so many songs on my playlist just from him, dude. Like the thing is with most artists, most people sound good with on features. Most people sound good alone. This guy managed to fucking balance. He managed to balance it. He sounds great on features. He sounds great on solo songs, and that's not easy to do, man. Right? But it's just like he continues to be himself, whether he's alone on a song, whether he has a feature on the song, whether he's featured on someone else's song. He managed to stay true to himself and just have like those funny bars that he has, like the funny lines that he has, which is it's like it's always bars though. It's always bars. There's no like fillers. There's no filler lines. It's or like just a filler to set up for the next bar. It's bar after bar after bar, dude. Like this whole verse is full of bars, and it's just like, for me, caption worthy, right? He's just like, if you want a great caption, fucking pull up a fucking 2 Chainz song and look at those fucking lyrics, dude. Like you'll get a caption, pretty instantly, from that. So it's his 7th studio album. Crazy, it shows you how long this fucking guy's been doing it. Studio album, right? So this does not include mixtapes that he's had before, songs prior from, ever dropping his first studio album. And the thing is, I don't think 2 Chainz has been doing this for too long. I know he's been around, right? But like, I think he really got into, I was watching this interview from him, and I think he really got into rap because someone told him that he sounded good, like his flow was good, around like high school or college. Like he wasn't even really thinking about it, which is kind of the case for me. No one really told me I was good. I was just like, I found myself sounding good, but like, you're just like, dude, like this guy didn't even rap, and people were saying like, dude, you sound great. And it just shows you like this guy was really meant for that. If he sounded just great, like Pop Smoke, dude, when you hear this guy talk, you're like, oh, this guy would sound like a great fucking rapper. He would be a great rapper, just the way he talks. His, you know, the tone of his voice, just an overall, just like unique voice that would just sound amazing on a hip hop track. 2 Chainz is the embodiment of that. You hear this fucking guy talk, you're like, dude, this guy is dope. And plus the way he looks, dude, it's just like, it's great. And he's like an overall character, overall personality, kind of like a Snoop Dogg level. Because like, you know, he's at his own. He's at his own show. Like he tries out expensive type shit, and he's a character. Not only is he a great fucking rapper, he is a great character. Like he plays great. Like he's a great personality. Like you want to watch. Apart from just rap, you want to see what else he's doing. You know, videos or the expensive show. Like I caught myself watching a lot of those YouTube videos where he would like try out expensive shit. Whether it's like eating something expensive or trying out like an expensive massage chair, or I just like I caught myself enjoying it because I loved how this guy is, right? So the album is set to feature Lil Baby, Roddy Ricch, Moneybagg Yo, and more, dude. I mean, just those top 3 people that I just mentioned, dude, that's insane. Like, Lil Baby and 2 Chainz, bro, I don't think I've ever heard that. That's insane. Roddy Ricch and 2 Chainz? I was about to say Lil Wayne. And 2 Chainz, dude, Roddy Ricch is dope, man. Moneybagg Yo, bro. Moneybagg Yo comes with, like, that aggressiveness. Like, he has that, like, just that tonality, bro. Like, you know what he's gonna bring, bro. It's just, like, all those 3 people, bro. Like, you know what they're gonna bring. Like, Lil Baby's gonna come with, like, a crazy verse. Maybe he's on the hook. Roddy Ricch is gonna have an amazing flow, amazing hook. Moneybagg Yo, great verse. Bringing the aggressiveness onto the beat. Maybe some storytelling. Maybe some, like, just where he's at mentally. Dope. And, so I'm an artist. And I create a lot of cover arts for people. I have a highlight reel on my Instagram page. My Instagram is Unwanted Mind. Oh, where is Unwanted Mind, to be more clear? Let me repeat that once again, just in case you're confused. My Instagram is where is Unwanted Mind, with no spaces, of course. And I have a highlight reel on where it's called, I believe it's titled Photo Edits. And I have some photo editing that I do for people, and I also have some covers that I made for people, that I designed for people for free, because I like to put my name out there, because I just make them tag me instead of just paying me. I'm like, just tag me on your thing, and so I can get some publicity, so I can just grow my audience a little bit, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I love creating cover arts. I just love making art. I love graphic designs. I love all that shit, right? I'm an artist, right? Like I said, I love graphic designs. I create graphic designs on a daily, right? So I love cover arts, right? So what I'm getting at is 2 Chainz cover art for Dope Don't Sell Itself. It features his hand. I believe it's his hand. It has to be his hand, right? It's his album, right? It's his hand holding a blunt and a shoebox stuffed with cash. Which is, it's pretty, like, for where the concept of the album, Dope Don't Sell Itself, and for that to be the cover, that's like great concept. I really see it as great concept, like great photography, clear image, like the black background with like the clear image of, like, him holding the blunt, between his fingers, which is pretty dope. And he's holding the shoebox in his hand with a shit ton of cash in it. And he's like, all $100 bills. And his, hand, he's blinged out and fucking, like, just iced out and fucking, bracelets. It's just dope. Dope cover, man. And the thing is, 2 Chainz is notorious for having, like, those simple covers. But, like, meaning a lot, right? Because, like, people may, like, just see it for what it is, but, like, there's a lot behind that. Not only the songs and shit, like the album overall, but there's a lot of backstory to his life and where he's came from to come up with that type of name and type of cover, because obviously there's always a concept that you have to get at. Um, and it's dope. Really excited for this album. Probably gonna play it right when it comes out, or if not the weekend, maybe Saturday, Sunday. Um, just dude, I'm excited for this shit because we've been getting a lot of great music this year, and two changes and just he's just adding on to it, man, and it's just like it's dope to see that you know these rappers still take their shit serious, man. Just that they still you know put the pen to the paper, man. Or whatever he does. I don't know if he like writes his shit or if he just comes up with it mentally. He freestyles this shit. I don't know what he does. Whatever he's doing, man. Keep doing it, bro. Keep doing it, bro. Right. It's overall great, and it's just like I love what he's doing. Um, Also another album coming out. Not a person I really like casually listen to. It's more just to gain any sort of inspiration if it's there. I like a couple songs. I can't tell you what songs I like. I can't remember the names. Not really good with like song titles and shit. But especially with this artist, I'm not really sure because I listened to him a few times. I know of him though. Like I know he's a pretty big name. I know people respect him, and I do too. Like I listen to a couple of songs, and it's pretty like vibey. I can like work on some shit like just listening to his music. Like I don't have to like think about what he's saying, right? So the person I'm getting is I believe it's pronounced Saba, Saba. Um, I believe he's like really close with like Smino, Smino. I believe that's how you pronounce it as well. And No Name. I believe they were like planning to like create like a trio, kind of like the Fugees, with the Fugees, who that like consist of Lauryn Hill and the other people, and the other two guys. I believe they were like planning to do some shit like that, but I'm not sure what happened. Um, but that's all I really like know, about him. So his album is titled "Few Good Things." The album art was pretty cool. I don't really look into this. I'm not sure who that guy is on the cover. It's like a older gentleman. He's like staring into the camera, and there's like flowers surrounding him. Some sort of plants, I believe. I don't know if it's his dad, his grandpa. I'm not sure if he passed away. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm assuming it's his dad or his grandpa or something. Um, Pretty. I mean, cool cover. Cool cover. Obviously there's some backstory to it. I'm sure it's not just some random fucking guy just on his cover. Cover arts, dude, especially with covers for albums, dude, very important. And just like it's gonna be solidified. It's always gonna be there. So you got to make sure that the album cover that you pick is what you will like and you won't regret. Because there's really no going back. So you got to make sure that you fuck with it, right? So his album features a lot of great artists, dude. I had to give him that. Like I don't really listen to him, bro, but like these are some great features, man. Starting off with G Herbo. I don't really listen to G Herbo. I don't really like his music that much, but I mean, dope. I mean, it's a big name. Obviously a targeted audience that I know a lot of people do fuck with G Herbo. Crazy Bone. What the fuck, man? You got Crazy Bone on his album? On his third studio album? Crazy Bone, for people who don't know, he's part of the Bone Thugs and Harmony. Great fucking group, dude. I mean, their music, first of the month, dude. Just like great songs overall, dude. So you got Crazy Bone. I'm not sure how really Crazy Bone sounds now. I haven't heard him on any new tracks. I don't know if he's been making new songs. Not really quite sure, man. But I mean, yeah, dude. Crazy Bone, dude. Like in his prime, dude. Undefeated, bro. Like those melodies, bro. The way he just sang his heart out, bro, and just like the flow, the raps, dude, nice. Lyrics, nice, dude. Just like, Aaron Saba and Crazy Bone, dude. That's a good mix, right? Black is on this. Spelled 6 LACK. Black. Dope. Fuck with Black heavy. Fuck with Black heavy, dude. Especially that joint with J. Cole and the one he has with Kodak Black and someone else that's featured on it. I forgot who it is. It's like on the tip of my tongue. I forgot who it is. It's not Bia. It's damn. Whatever. I forgot. But Black, dude, he has some great songs. Album is great. The covers that he has, dude, is dope because Black, he has, for those who don't know, he has like a cover where like he has like, I believe there's a son, or he has his baby like in like a kangaroo like strap, and he's like cooking breakfast, and he has like a mic next to him, which showing like the fatherhood that he's a part of. He's the dad, and he has to like raise his child, take care of his child, and also provide by rapping, maybe making music. So he has to find that balance, which is dope. And I believe that's what he was going for. Dope cover, dude, and dope music, right? Samino's also featured. Like I said, very close. Samino's dope. He finds the craziest pockets, and he just goes for the craziest flows, which is just, it's so dope because his voice is just so smooth, and like you could be like just casually just listening to him, and then all of a sudden he just starts rapping fast, and you're just like, what the fuck? But it's like it fits, right? It's not like out of pocket. It's just like, it's not like, it's unexpected, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's not like it doesn't sound good. It sounds really great, and like somehow he manages to like make it sound great, which is insane, right? Also featured one of my favorite rappers, dude. Great fucking rapper. When you think of this guy, you don't really think of anything else other than him having great fucking bars. Also he has great songs, obviously, right? But like, his raps are like top notch, at the same level as Eminem or Royce the 5'9" or King Crooked. I mean, just at that fucking level. You know what I'm talking about? Black Thought, man. That's a crazy feature, and that shows you what type of song. When Black Thought is featured on a song, you know what type of song it's gonna be. It's gonna be like some story shit. It's gonna be like some crazy shit, some gnarly shit, and Black Thought is just gonna fucking speak his mind on that shit, right? Yeah, so 14 songs on the album. I think that's a good number, right? Because it's like, it's not a crazy number, but it's also, it's not like, it's not too much, not too less. It's like perfect, like right in the middle. 14 songs, get through it. You enjoy them, pick a few songs, play some on your playlist. You don't rock with it, let it be, man. You won't. Even if you don't rock with that album, you won't feel too bad after listening to it, because it's like, well, it was only 14 songs, which is like what, 50 minutes, 40 minutes, maybe an hour, depending how long the song is. You're like, it's fine. It was only 14 songs, right? So I believe he said this, or fans were saying this, or I think he said this. His second album was titled "Care for Me," and he was saying that this was the anti version of that album, which kind of like surprises me. It catches me off guard, because it's like, so this is his third album, right? The few good things, the album that he's gonna release is his third album. The one I'm talking about, "Care for Me," was his second album. It just seems weird. Like, it's an anti of that. Like, it's just, I don't know, strange. But hey, we'll see, man. As long as it's good music, dude. The concept is there. It's whatever, man. As long as it's dope music. Fuck with it. So transitioning from music, let's now go into like some like movies. So what I'm trying to get at, movies coming out. So some movies coming out this weekend. I mean, if I'm talking about like in general, movies coming out this year, dude. Holy fucking shit! Because I checked IMDb to see what movies were coming out this weekend. And I was like, I just kept on scrolling to see what movies were coming out this year. I don't want to spoil anything, man, but there's so much fucking great movies coming out. I'm like, and most of them were like, and still in production. I'm like, is it coming out this year? Because there was a lot of them that like, obviously the Marvel movies we know, the Phase 4, we know of this shit, but there's just so many great movies coming out this year, and especially this weekend, dude. There's a lot of great ones. So movies coming out this weekend. Let's start off with Jackass Forever, dude. What the fuck, man? I've never really thought about Jackass returning with a new movie. Cause I'm like, wait, they stopped with like Jackass 3.5, right? Or Jackass 4 or whatever. And then I saw him like transitioning to like Bad Grandpa and like doing other like funny movies. And I was always like, like, oh, so they're just transitioning. They're just like, making new movies. I'm like, oh, so they stopped with Jackass completely. And I was happy with that. I was like, I'm happy that they just they left on a good note, right? Like that last movie that they had, it was really great. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm satisfied that this is the last Jackass movie. But then sure enough, Jackass decides to create a new film featuring a lot of, comedians that I really heavily fuck with today, and that have mass appeal. A lot of people fuck with these artists. Comedians. Such as people in general. Let's just not just speak on comedians. There's a lot of people in general that I saw in the trailer, and I was like, oh fuck. Start off with Eric Andre, dude. Eric Andre, dude, an insane motherfucker, bro. If you seen this, what this guy does, man, just does not give a fuck, bro. Who fucking pull his dick out, just like, all of a sudden, you're like, what the fuck? You're just like eating lunch, like looking down, you look up, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? And if you've seen the Eric Andre show, dude, it's just like this guy just does not give a fuck. And he has like a video of him like in the subway train, just like doing some weird shit. Like he has like a the cone that they put over like dogs and shit, just to like cover their faces, so like, I don't know, like so they don't bark or whatever. He had one of those on. He was just like pouring milk, and he was just like praising like the milk gods or some shit to like people. And he was asking people to like pour the milk inside the dog cone. It was just so weird, and it's just like, yet the Eric Andre movie, which is so fucking funny with Tiffany Haddish, dude. This guy is insanely amazing. He's featured on Jackass Forever. Who else is on this? Is Odd Future on this? I don't know if Tyler the Creator's on this. I think Young Taco's on this, and Jasper's on this. I think I've seen Jasper in the trailer. Which is dope. It's dope. I fuck with these guys. I fuck with those guys heavy. So them being in it, MGK was featured in the trailer. There's a lot of features, man, in this movie, and it's so dope to see that, because Jackass, as a kid, just seeing that shit, you were like, dude, this is like, it just seems so impossible. Just the crazy, gnarliest shit they fucking did. I'm like, because when you watch it, you're laughing, but you just can't put yourself in their position, dude, because you're physically, mentally getting beaten up. Especially, physically, dude. You're like, there's scenes where there's like an alligator, trying to chomp Steve-O's ass and just like trying to bite him, dude. You're just like, when you put yourself, any normal person, dude, that isn't fucking crazy like that. Because there's levels of craziness, you know what I mean? That isn't crazy like that. When you put yourself in that position, you're like, you get terrified, right? I'm not saying they're not terrified, but like, they enjoy that shit and they find ways to get out. But for me, I'm like, dude, if I was put in that position, I'd probably be dead, dude. Like, it's just it's crazy the shit that they do to themselves. And plus for me, dude, I like to be calm and relaxed, throughout, every day. So just dealing with some type of like pain resulting from like a stunt that I fucking did on set in the Jackass film. And it's not just one, it's countless fucking stunts you have to do. I'd be fucked up, and I feel so bad. 'Cause I'm like, dude, I can't live a normal day without feeling like pain from like doing one of these crazy stunts, dude. Like, I'm always feeling some type of way. I always feel sore. And plus, I work out a lot, so like I don't want to feel like pain or like I feel like I'm holding myself back in any type of way when I'm like working out. Resulting from like some stunt that I fucking did, and it's just like, dude, it's just like I don't know how those motherfuckers do it. You know what I mean? They just fucking dedicate themselves to that shit, and they're real life fucking daredevils, dude. They're real life fucking evil Knievels out in this bitch, bro. Like they're fucking they're dedicated towards what they do, and I gotta give them their props. Um. The next movie, not a movie I was really aware that was coming out. I just had found that out because I was checking what movies were coming out this weekend. This movie is titled The Black Phone, which is about a child killer who abducted a 13-year-old boy, and that boy starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone by the killer's previous victims. Sounds fucking twisted as fuck. Does sound like it would be a great movie. But I don't know if I do great with those type of movies, cause I feel like I get very paranoid after. I get like, I'm always like checking my back. I'm like, is there someone like behind me, or is someone trying to do that to me? It's just like I get very paranoid. Even though I do enjoy like horror films and stuff, I do get paranoid. But I think that's like, it's like eating something spicy, or like or like drinking like milk. If you're like lactose intolerant, you're just like, or eating ice cream or something, you're like, it's just the price that comes with that at times, right? It's just like it's good while it lasts, but it's the price that comes with it. Like, I can watch a horror film, enjoy it, then later on I'm like paranoid as fuck. So it's just like, I don't know. Just you know play your luck on that one, right? It does sound like a great film, though. I'm not sure I'm gonna watch it since there's already, some good movies coming out this weekend, and I don't know if I'm gonna watch 2 movies this weekend. I might watch Jackass Forever this weekend. Next weekend will be the Super Bowl, so I'm not sure. So yeah, those were. There's another movie. I forgot about this one. Moonfall. Moonfall. I saw a trailer of it, and I was like, in theater. I saw the trailer of it when I was watching Spider-Man: No Way Home, which I will get into that. I will talk about. I'm already 2 hours. It's 19 minutes in. Shit went by quick though. Like, I feel I love talking. Right. I love this podcast energy. I feel like I can do this more oftenly. It's currently, I started at around 6 in the morning. It's currently, I started around 6:40. It's currently 9:37 a.m. As you can see, I might have a background right now. Because I'm recording with a green screen, but I believe in the editing, I added a background. So hopefully I did that. Hopefully it worked out for the best. Hopefully I managed to figure it out, because I've never done this before. I have a light pointing at me. Just an artificial light that I bought through Amazon, meant for recording. But Moonfall, dude, I saw that trailer in theaters, and I was like, wow, dude, like this is some like, like just like some end of the world type shit. Just like a great overall fucking movie that, like, again, I might get paranoid, but this one I'm leaning more towards watching it, because like, not unlike the other one, it's more like, some sinister film. This is just like, even though it's kind of like the end of the world, it's kind of like, but it's dope, because I fuck with like space movies, like Apollo 13, or like other movies that have to do with space. I really fuck with those movies, because I just love how directors, their take on the whole space, space films in general, just like just seeing what they come up with, just like finding new ways to make space films without being like too just too repetitive, just too like following what other directors do with their space films. So I'm really excited for this, and it looks great. I think the actors playing in this are pretty great. I think there's some big names in there. I forget who's in this film, but there's some great actors, and I'm genuinely excited for it. If I do say so myself, so the Moonfall is based on a mysterious force, and this is the description of the movie. Moonfall is based on a mysterious force that knocks down the moon from orbit around Earth and sends Earth into a hurtling sends it hurtling on a collision course with life. Which initially just end up the world for all human beings, all beings on Earth, right? A mysterious force. So when I hear that, I think of some like extraterrestrial type shit, like some UFO vibes. A mysterious force knocks the moon from orbit around Earth. That gives me some like that 100% gives me some like extraterrestrial vibes, like just some like alien shit, like some UFO shit, and it's just like it's dope. I do really great with like those sci-fi movies and shit, and I heavily fuck with that, so genuinely excited for that. May watch that actually. Whether it's Moonfall or Jackass Forever, I'm really like, obviously I want to see Jackass Forever more, but I'm like it's really like it could go either way, just depending how I feel and depending who I watch the movies with, the movies with, and just seeing what they feel. Happy for both. As long as I get my Diet Coke and some like popcorn, bro, or light butter on that shit, we good, bro. We good. And Diet Coke, bro, cause we don't want those calories. We don't want that sugar, bro. We want to get those fucking gains, bro. You know what I'm saying? So So I've been talking for a while now. There's quite a bit of topics I want to get into. This may take me a while though. So let me just get into Spider-Man No Way Home. Let me just like get into that a little bit. Just really just breaking down the movie. In my opinion, my takes on it. And this is the start of it. So I'm now transitioning into that topic now. I'm going to be plain on simple. I didn't really enjoy the movie. And it's sad because I might have probably did overhype it a lot. Because I followed a lot of update, just a bunch of like Twitter accounts for like specifically for Spider-Man No Way Home, like updates and just like leaks and shit, and I would pay very close attention. I don't know if that really ruined it, and I watched a lot of YouTubes like breaking down what might come to that movie. I don't know if that ruined it. That made me like extra hyped for it. But for some reason, something was missing when I was watching it. It didn't have like that Marvel feel for me, like 100%. Like, and at least from Far From Home, there was like scenes where it just like blew my mind, and where like Mysterio would send like Spider-Man into like he puts illusions on people, so Spider-Man was like seeing some crazy shit. And I feel like with this movie, it may have been too many characters. I may have to rewatch it a little bit like later on. But it seemed like too many characters. The story was like, especially in the beginning, was super slow. It was just like, they were going to school. They were just dealing with like, people know who Spider-Man is. The way it started though, like I'll give him that. The way it started was pretty dope, and it brought a lot of like anticipation. I was just like, what the fuck? It begins with like the Marvel doing its intro, but in the background it was like the news reporters talking about like Spider-Man or whatever. about who Spider-Man is, or like what Spider-Man like did, like he's the murderer and shit. It was so dope because it just brought like such dope style, but like from that point on, it got bad, you know. There was a point where it got good, and then it got like a little bad again. It just, I feel like the transitions were like super fast, just didn't make any sense. Like, so I'm just gonna build up from the beginning to the end. So I don't ramble about certain parts. I just want to, go through this smoothly. So just like, okay, so the beginning, right? It was just like, it was just rough. Like the storyline about how people knew Spider Man, which is dope. I understand that. That's dope. But just like, um, the just the school scene was super slow. There were some parts were super slow. Um, um, when Matt Murdock though, when Matt Murdock popped up, it was dope to see him. But it was such a small cameo. It was just like him, like just like sitting at the table, catching that brick, and with just like saying like, "I'm just a good lawyer." Like that was dope. But it was just like, I did see a leak of that, so they may have ruined it a little bit. But no, I did enjoy seeing it in the movie theaters though, especially with a bunch of people. The whole audience just being like, for those who didn't know who he was, from like his show, Daredevil, on believe it was Disney Plus, I believe. I think that show was on there. HBO Max maybe, you know. But like it was dope seeing them, but from like that point on, it just like the way the thing is, the trailers may have shown too much. Like maybe if they saved some like villains, it would have been cool. But like all the villains that popped up, I already knew that they were in it. Like the bridge fight. I mean, I already seen that bridge fight in the trailer. Green Goblin popping up, I already knew. Sandman. I feel like Sandman's entrance was horrible. It was just like, and the way he just popped up, he had very little shine. Not enough dialogue in this movie, between characters. The Doctor Strange and Spider Man scenes were really good. Were really good. I'll give him that. Just seeing Spider Man and Doctor Strange go head to head was really weird, really dope. Was expecting that, but like, they really played that shit well, and I'll give them that. But capturing the villains was pretty cool, seeing all the villains together. I'm not saying I completely hate this movie. I'm just saying, I'm just being truthful about it. There's a lot of good parts I like. There's a lot of bad parts I didn't like. So I'm just being completely truthful. There was some, just like capturing the villains was pretty cool. And then like the villain fights were good. They were good. Introducing when Ned opened the portals to I mean, at this point it's like there's no spoilers, right? Like I don't have to give a spoiler warning, right? I mean, it's been out for like a couple of months, right? Like 2 months, 3 months, I don't know. I don't have to do spoiler warnings, right? When Ned was opening the portal, and Andrew Garfield first came out, and then Tobey Maguire. That was cool because I didn't see any leaks of that, so that was pretty cool seeing them. I knew they were in the film, but they just like just icing on the cake, just like, oh, so they're officially in it. Like I didn't see any leaks about it. They were just like, they're definitely in the film, but like just seeing that they were officially in the film was pretty dope, right? But it was dope. I don't think there was much dialogue between the Spider-Mans. I feel like there could have been more scenes with that. I feel like they could have been more adventurous. There could have been more like just like standing out scenes. But instead they were like, it was like a shitty battle between villains. And I feel like it could have been better. I feel like obviously Aunt May died. That one, I mean, that was a good scene. That one definitely stood out in the movie. Because because she's bad as fuck, bro. Aunt May's bad as fuck, bro. She can get it, bro. She might be 50, bro, but I'm gonna make her feel 20, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Aunt May's a bad bitch, bro. I fuck with her. So seeing her die, I was like, oh man, that sucks. You know, 'cause I wanted to see that thing in other movies. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. That was definitely stood out. And ending scenes. I really wish the portal opened up where Doctor Strange was like closing it. I really wish it opened up, just because like I feel like it could have brought more. It could have brought more to the movie, right? Just more like story, more like irony, more drama to the movie. I feel like it would have been sick, and just seeing like different characters would have been sick. Just like, I don't know, it would have been dope, you know. Obviously, not everything happened for the good. Obviously, it didn't stop everything, because now the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, it's gonna show the consequences of what based on that decision of bringing the villains in and shit, or changing the tinkering of the spell. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is gonna show a lot of the consequences. Because Spider-Man didn't really show the too many consequences, more just like alternate alternate characters coming in. But I feel like Doctor Strange is gonna show a lot more than that, like a lot more. I mean, it's called Multiverse of Madness. Like, it's literally targeted towards that. So it's gonna be some crazy shit. I feel like a lot of new characters are gonna be popping up. Maybe not Black Widow. WandaVision's in it. That's pretty dope. I really fuck with her. Her powers and shit. And it's gonna be a great movie. But the end scene was dope, because or like the post credit scene, because I think it was an introduction to Moon Knight, because on that sword, and I believe Blade was talking to him, the voice in the background that was talking to him, I believe it was Blade, and he was talking to Moon Knight, because I believe there was like a moon symbol. And then later on, obviously months, like a few months or a month after that, was the announcement and trailer of Moon Knight coming to the show, Moon Knight the show, coming to HBO Max or Disney Plus, which is pretty dope, because if you see that trailer, it's like some horror film. It's like a horror show, which I've heard that Marvel is now experimenting and basing their shit into like more of a horror aesthetic, more horror based shit, which is dope. Marvel horror films, that's insane. And I think the new Doctor Strange movie is leaning more towards that, of being a horror film, which is dope. Moon Knight also has a lot of jump scares, which is sick. For a fucking Marvel movie, you never expected that. Never expected that, dude. It's just insane, right? But yeah, I mean, that's really my take on the Spider-Man film. I just feel like, honestly, it was like a 6 out of 10 for me. And that's me being nice, dude. It's just like, I was so hyped for this movie. I was even considering it to be like the best Marvel movie of all time. I might have overhyped it a lot, but I just thought it was gonna be better. So it really does suck seeing that. Okay, so now we're gonna be transitioning to another topic. So in this topic, it's completely different from any other topics that I was talking about. I might have hinted it at some point when I was talking about something. So now we're gonna be talking about the metaverse, crypto, and NFTs, all that shit. Fucking insane. what's happening right now with the whole virtual shit. Super excited for what's to come. There's just so much shit that's like going to happen with this shit. And the thing is, like, people are really just seeing the beginning of it. Like, people just they don't. And the thing is, when I say people, I'm also talking about me, dude. I don't fully understand what's gonna happen. When I think of like the metaverse, I think of like Ready Player One, like that movie, like just like how real everything was. Like they just like throw virtual reality, like your VR, just how real everything was. You're able to feel shit with upgrades and like as more as time goes on, better technology, more advanced and shit. How real everything is. You can go whatever server you're in. There's a bunch of people. How real everything looks, and people are really saying that we are gonna live in the metaverse, which is fucking crazy. It's actually insane. Like, are we not gonna have jobs? Are we not gonna be doing shit outside? These are all questions that like I'm asking, and I'm pretty sure you guys are interested in it as well. And that's why I really want to get into that. Um, as far as like the metaverse, metaverse really can be considered to be anything. Like, you can consider Fortnite being the metaverse, with buying skins, or like the skins is more like NFTs, like buying skins, trading skins, buying items, item shop. And the reason I use Fortnite is because it's the most like popular game right now, next to like Minecraft, which Minecraft has very similar things where you can buy like battle passes, you can buy the skins. I think maybe you buy skins. Yeah, you can buy skins, or you can buy packs and stuff. You play on the PlayStation, Xbox, computer. I think you can like download skins. There's a lot of stuff you can do, man, and that's like considered metaverse. But when I'm talking about metaverse, I'm talking about like some Ready Player One shit, like some like virtual reality chat, like VR chat, like that type of shit, right? Like that type of game, right? So crypto. So right now I'm just breaking down what this shit is. So I just broke down the metaverse. Now I'm breaking down crypto. Crypto. Really like when you're a smart way to make money. You don't really want to have a job or maybe a good side hustle. You don't have to do much work. I mean, you do have to do work. You have to do a lot of research. You have to really, pay close attention to what the shit is. You don't want to put money in random shit, random like scam coins, or where they just like they promote a coin. Like one person promote like an influencer such as like Logan Paul with this fucking what's this called, the little it was like the fuck. It would do a little. It was like the little fucking the spring shit. It was like that design where he would like told everyone to fucking that he never really told anyone to buy it, but he was clearly implying it. And then when a bunch of people bought, he pulled out, and he did like a rug pull. He pulled out a bunch of money. And then everyone lost a shit ton of money because of that. I'm not saying shit like that. Like, you gotta watch out for shit like that, right? What I'm trying to say, don't buy influencer coins, right? Do research on shit. And I'm making this clear that this is not like, I'm not coming at anyone. This is not like some biased shit. This is general shit. If you're gonna put your money, your hard-earned money in some shit, do some fucking research in it first. Please don't spend your money on stupid shit that you're not gonna get any, great return in. You gotta make sure that your return is larger than what you put in, man. You don't want to be fucking, playing around with shit like this, dude. Cause like your money, your information can go to the wrong people, dude. And it's just like, it's a whole fucking process that you just don't want to be involved in, dude. There's so much better shit to fucking put your time in to waste your time with this shit. So make sure that if you're gonna invest in coins, make sure that you're investing in the right things. Make sure you do some research on it first. Like me personally, I invested in some Shiba coin, Satama, Shinobi, I have a little bit of Bitcoin, some Ethereum, And I plan on investing in more like Lust. There's a lot of coins that I want to invest in, but I have to like do more research on them because I gotta make sure that my return is greater than the amount that I put in. It always has to be that way. It can never be like. And the thing is, you have to be patient with this shit because you're not always gonna make a shit ton in the beginning, right? You just have to be aware when to pull out, when to hold, hodl, or a lot of the crypto people be saying. You just gotta know when to do shit. And you gotta pay attention. You gotta see when the charts go down, when they go up. You gotta you gotta pay very close attention to this shit because you don't want to be playing around with your money like that. So now let me break down NFTs. So obviously it stands for non-fungible tokens. NFTs. It's really like crypto. It's like choosing. And obviously they both correlate with one another in some type of way. It's about like knowing which type of NFTs to buy. Obviously the popular ones. Obviously that's like that's like obviously very expensive, but it's obviously like you're gonna make some money from it if you do happen to cop one. But the thing is, it is very expensive. It is quite a bit of Ethereum, which translates in US dollars to like a lot of thousands of dollars. So if you have the money, by all means, go for that shit, right? But it is quite a bit of money, so you gotta really make sure that also not all NFTs cost a lot of money. If you watch videos and shit, there's some like NFTs that you can buy for very cheap, and then sooner or later become very big, and you can make a lot of money from that shit. So you just have to really just make sure. I mean, and this is the pattern with everything. You gotta do research and shit. You just gotta make sure that the shit that you're putting your money in counts at the end of the day, right? That it adds up at the end of the day. You don't want your shit to like. I mean, if it stays still, at least you didn't lose anything. Most likely it might go down. So you really gotta, once again, pay close attention to what you put your money in, right? So okay, so now let's get more in depth with it. So negatives and positives, right? Negatives of the metaverse. Obviously there's quite a bit of negatives. A lot of people are doubting whether it's gonna be big as they say, because as of right now, it's not too big. And if you've seen like the metaverse right now, like some games, it's not really like the most detailed games. It's pretty crappy, not the best graphics. But I would give it a few more years though, maybe 5 to 10. You know what I mean? Like it's overall getting better. Over time. Another negative. And the thing is, like, not a lot of people like that. Not a lot of people want to be playing video games. Not a lot of people want to be like, in that live 24/7. It's a lot of people still like to like go out in the nature and they like to walk. They like to hike. They ride their bike. Just going out. People still love that shit. So I feel like it's gonna be very hard to transition from that. I feel like this is more leaning toward like millennials and shit, like people that are like, have careers, have their jobs through social media, through which is virtual. I feel like it's more of that shit. I know I'm definitely gonna be participating in the metaverse because I feel like it creates a whole different route for me, like as far as like content and just for my brands leaning towards going forward. I feel like the metaverse is gonna be pretty huge for my brand, if I'm being quite honest. For my brand Unwanted Mind, it's gonna be huge. So I do personally believe it's gonna be huge in the future. It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty huge right now. I mean, it's being really talked about right now because it's fresh, right? But I still think it's gonna be talked about years from now. It's gonna be pretty huge. Another negative. I don't know if there's more negatives about it. Obviously, putting money, which is research shit. But I think that's quite it. I mean, also negative. People are gonna be like hooked on to that shit if you're really addicted. I mean, if you really love virtual shit, I guess that's another negative. But again, with everything, man, it's all like about time management, just being aware of how many hours, because it's like video games, right? You just like, all right, it's cool to play video games, but like, just be aware how long you play. Like you don't want to be doing that all day, right? Unless like me, you're recording gaming videos all day and posting them throughout the month. You know, but just time management. Just be aware how much you put in, how much time you put in. Play a couple hours, Metaverse, get out. But I think it is gonna be pretty addicting. I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you can do a bunch of shit in it, and especially when you got a bunch of tech companies, putting billions into dollars in it. But I will get in that later. Positives. I feel like there's many positives. Obviously, creating just like creating more connections, creating more relationships with people virtually. They don't have to like really see how you look. Like if you have problems with like communicating with people in real life, or have a problem with the way you look, you're not confident in yourself, whatever the case may be. I feel like Metaverse is a gateway to that. It can make you very happy. It can lead you to creating new friends. It can help you out in real life, since you're like you're talking with people in the Metaverse and you're like playing with them. It can make it easier for real life, because it's like, well, I talk with people in the Metaverse. I could talk with people in real life, because it's basically the same thing. I'm still talking to people face to face, even though I don't know how they look. I don't know their intentions. I don't know their beliefs. I'm still talking with these people. So it's like it makes it easier. I feel like it's a good way to socialize, because it's like in real life you tell a friend that like, oh, let's go to the coffee place. You gotta drive there, it takes a while, and then after you're like, well, let's go to this park, it takes another while. In the Metaverse, it's like you just go to different servers. I believe like let's go to Starbucks. Then you go to Starbucks in the Metaverse, like by a tap of a button. They're like, oh, let's go to a theme park. Press of a button, you're there. It's just so fucking sick. You know what I mean? It's just like, just thinking about that, it's dope. And obviously a lot of people they're gonna be like, well, I love the process of doing this shit. And believe me, I'm like, I'm starting from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm building myself up. I love the process. I love putting the work in. I love building myself up. I love starting from 0 followers to 1,000 followers to 10,000 followers to 100,000. I love that shit. I love the process. But I feel like when it comes to that type of shit, it's just like as far as like transporting, it's just like it's for me. I'm like I love to use my time wisely. So when I'm in the Metaverse, I'm like, I'm not wasting any time. It's literally a click of the button and I'm already there. It's just, for me, that's like mind blowing. That's like sick. That's like if I had like what's it called? What's that thing named? Like a time machine, right? Like a time machine, or not like a time machine, but like some sort of thing that would like take me from where I want to go, from like here. Like if I had a control, like say I have a control in my hand or something, I'm like, or like let's say it's like an Alexa or some shit. I'm like, Alexa, send me to Starbucks, and then it takes me there like in a blink of a second. And then I'm like, Alexa, take me to to like a theme park, and it takes me there, right? Alexa, take me to New York. I'm there. Alexa, take me to Australia. I'm there. It's sick. That concept is sick. So for you to be able to do that in the Metaverse, like it's like it's based on real life shit. It's not like just some game like shit, like in GTA, like there's cars that are inspired by real life cars, like Ferraris and Bugattis and shit, and Lamborghinis, but it's different names. With the metaverse, it's actually that real life shit. Like there's actually Supreme stores, there's actually Gucci stores, there's actually Lamborghinis. Like they're called Lamborghinis. There's actually a Nike store in there. Like that's crazy to me. There's actually like malls. Like it's based on real life, and obviously there's other shit, but it's based on real life shit. For me, that's insane. I'm like, so you're telling me I can go there in a blink of a second, and it's all based on real shit? For me, that's like crazy. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Maybe you feel like me, maybe you don't. But this is just how I feel. Like I feel like, dude, this is like insane to think about, right? So yeah, I also have written down Ready Player One. So yeah, if you haven't watched the movie Ready Player One yet, I feel like you should watch that movie to get like an idea of what of what of what the metaverse is going to look like. I know it's just a movie, right? I understand that, but I feel like it could get to that point, right? Um, I mean, if they're able to make that graphics in a movie, I feel like they could do that in a game. It seems crazy to me, but it's not impossible. Obviously, it takes time, as everything does, but it's not impossible. And I feel like eventually it will reach that point. And it just like when it does reach that point, and then tell motherfuckers, you want to join the metaverse? I'm gonna be, straightforward. I'm gonna be like, dude, I don't think a lot of people will say no to that. Based on, and especially the thing is, the thing we learned with COVID, man, with COVID, we get accustomed to shit, right? Like we got accustomed to, lockdowns and shit, right? We always get accustomed. And, excuse me, we learned that people, and especially with trendy stuff like TikTok and shit, right? If there's a new dance or a new sound, people, and I know as a content creator, I'm like this too. When there's a new sound, there's a new like type of shit, new type of video that people are creating, like with a new idea or some shit, they tend to lean more towards that and they go for that, So I feel like with the metaverse, if there's a lot of people doing it, especially like big influencers, like let's say if like, if we're talking about TikTok, let's say if like Charlie D'Amelio, she's like, guys, I joined the metaverse. That's gonna create a whole lot of people to join that, because there's gonna be a lot of people that that will join that because of you know um because their favorite TikTok star said, "Oh, I'm joining. So if you guys want to join, I'll be there." And it's gonna be that. It's gonna be very popular. So there'll definitely be an audience for that. I'm not saying it's gonna be cheap either. I don't think it's gonna be cheap. The whole metaverse thing, but I definitely feel that it will definitely be a popular thing, and I feel like a lot of people will find ways to manage to do that. The only thing I have like a problem with is like, what if it gets hacked? On which I don't think it will get hacked. I'm pretty sure they'll be like on it 24/7. Like they'll have like people moderating it 24/7, and it'll be very protected. A lot of like encrypted shit. Like a lot of coding going into it. Just like a lot of like safe walls. Protecting all that coding and shit. I don't know, man. Like that could happen, but that could happen with anything. Like people can hack Teslas and fucking send them to crash somewhere, like a mass of people. Like it like that could happen, but it would be very difficult. But I'm not saying it will happen. I'm saying like the possibilities. There's a lot of possibility, but obviously you really have to be like a great hacker to do that shit. You know what I mean? So also tech companies. So this is what I wanted to get into. So obviously, with understanding, a lot of people still have a lot of bias about the metaverse. I don't think the metaverse is gonna be big. I don't think the metaverse is good for people. this is just like a way to like put people in their house more, right? You know, and, I'm not saying I disagree with all that, but I'm saying these are things that are being talked about, right? Um, with that being said, there's a lot of tech companies, right? Far as such as Facebook, right? Changing the name to Meta, to completely place their focus on into the metaverse, right? They put billions and billions into the metaverse because they want to expand this shit completely. There's other huge tech companies that fucking put, if not billions, maybe millions, hundreds of dollars, which is still a lot, into the metaverse because they know how big this shit's gonna be. And then you got, rappers talking about it. You got other, celebrities talking about it, like Snoop Dogg was saying, like, I'm performing in the metaverse, or like, there's so many celebrities promoting this shit, and it's sick. But at the same time, we have to understand that these tech companies may be the ones, not even maybe, but really it are like the ones controlling this shit. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying be aware of it. It's just like people making your food, right? Be aware who's making your shit, right? Be aware who's behind this shit, who's behind that screen. Be aware who's running this shit, right? Because you just don't want to be like confused if anything happens, to you, like, or like I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm really trying to say. But I'm saying be aware. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with being aware who runs this shit, right? Okay, so leaving the metaverse, crypto coins, right? And it says right here just crypto coins. I know they're just crypto coins, and mention what I have just from personal experience. I think I mentioned everything with crypto coins. Obviously, just be aware what coins you buy. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of coins out there. I'm not gonna be a financial advisor because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not gonna give you any advice on what coins you have to buy. I'm just saying do your research on what coins you gotta buy. I don't want to be at fault, or you blame me, or like you told me to buy this coin. It's not. I lost a lot of money from it. I'm not a person to tell you what coins to buy. I'm just saying what I have and what I've learned from videos. And that's all I'm saying. Just watch videos, do your shit, and that's it. you know. NFTs though, there is still a lot of skeptics about NFTs, about the blockchain, about if I having that stupid mentality. I don't really know if it's stupid mentality, but it's like a very lack of understanding and not wanting to understand, and just like being completely just skeptical about it, about NFTs, and just super biased about like, oh, I can like pull up an NFT and take a screenshot of it and sell it online. It's just like stupid shit like that. It's like, dude. And okay, and here's my rebuttal to that, right? Because obviously I was like, being funny about that shit, right? But there's still a lot of people that are listening right now and saying like, but I can do that shit. I can screenshot it. I can make an NFT account on OpenSea and post it on there. I can do that shit, right? The thing is with this, when you screenshot an NFT, on someone else's profile, let's say you screenshot a Bored Ape, right? And then you post it on your NFT page, right? It's not gonna be the same because with the Bored Ape, it's already titled Bored Apes, or it's already titled Bored Ape, right? It's already its own thing onto the blockchain. So if you made an NFT account, it cannot be called Bored Ape because there's already a Bored Ape account, right? So it would have to be a different name. Therefore, it would not be the same, NFT because it's not under the same blockchain as the Bored Ape one is. You know, it's obviously not yours because it's obviously a screenshot. You know, it's obviously not on the same blockchain. So if you manage to post it on there, people would be aware that like, oh, this is based on the Bored Ape. And even if you like touch it up to make it look different, it's still stealing someone's art and it's still not your art, you know? And that's what people like to understand. They think it's like easy as screenshotting it, you know? I have my own NFT collection. I'm not saying anyone to buy it. I'm not being that person. I'm not saying I have NFTs, go buy it. Obviously, it would be cool if you did. I'm not saying that. I would recommend it. I wouldn't say go do it right now, you know? Or go do it in general. I'm not saying for you to do it. I would recommend it though. Just like support me and just like, you know, it could be something big in the future, right? You just never know, dude. I put so much hours in my brand that I know it's not a matter of if it is, it's a matter of when it is, when my brand will, you know, blow up and obviously, you know, a lot of people will know about it, you know, a larger audience. So it could be something valid in the future. I don't know, you know? As far as NFTs, though, I know my brand will be big in the future, and I know it will provide a lot of value. As far as my NFTs, though, I don't know, you know. But if you do care so to buy one, it's only I may raise the price. I've been trying to raise the price, but OpenSea just been fucking acting up with me. As far as right now, it's $10 or 9 something. It's like 0.0003 Ethereum. So you obviously need Ethereum to buy it. It's $10 though. Yeah, I would recommend to buy it. Wouldn't try to convince you to buy it. I wouldn't tell you to buy it. You know, not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying that it could be big in the future. So who knows? You know, but as far as Bored Apes and shit, you know, a lot of people made a lot of money from that. And you know, Gary Vee. If you don't know who Gary Vee is, he's a motivational speaker. He's a guru. He's like, he gives a lot of great advice. You know, I would recommend. I would definitely recommend. I would definitely tell you. You know, not like the NFTs. I wouldn't tell you to buy my NFTs or NFTs in general. I would tell you to search up who Gary Vee is and, you know, do some research on him and, you know, watch a couple of his videos. Not even really much research. I mean, yeah, you can do research if you're that curious, but I would recommend more watch his videos and seeing what he's about. But he's made millions of NFTs and he literally makes his art in like less than 30 seconds or less than a minute, I mean. He literally just doodles something, puts it up, sells for like hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes thousands, sometimes millions, because it's Gary Vee's. And it's insane. A lot of people say it's a scam. I don't necessarily believe it's a scam. I think it's just smart marketing. I think it's really just like, you know, he's not advertising anything bad. It's an NFT. And that's what he fucking considers it. It's an NFT, and he considers it to be an NFT. If people want to buy it, they can buy it. And people do, you know? And a lot of people do make money from that. So it's just like, you know? So if you have like an audience, you know, a great, you know, and you don't need a big audience, but I'm saying if you do have an audience, I would recommend to do shit like that because, you know, you can make a lot of money from that. So, you know, who knows, right? So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it about the whole metaverse shit. Obviously there'll be like new news about it, there'll be new updates. And if there is, I will talk about this more in later on podcasts. But as far as right now, it's more just like the beginning stages of it. There's a lot of people still getting into it. I know the Nuck Boys, Full Send. You know, they have the Metaverse card, which is sick because that card allows you to do exclusive shit, which I really enjoy that shit. But obviously you need like a you need like a bigger audience to do shit like that. You can't just like, you know, do that shit out of the you know, out of the fucking, you know, mud. Like you have to, you know, have an audience to do shit like that. Which is the reason why I haven't done that yet. Because when Nelk Boys release that shit, I'm like, damn, I want to do some shit like that, but like, one, I don't have a team. Two, I don't have that big of an audience, so I can't do that shit yet. But I do plan on doing shit like that in the future and having exclusive events on which, you can, get a lot of value from buying shit like that. So yeah. As far as like, maybe getting free clothes, maybe getting free tickets to one of my shows, maybe going on a trip, I don't know. Maybe I hold an exclusive event somewhere, maybe 5-star restaurant with me, some shit like that. Some cool shit, sick shit like that. Obviously later on in the future, obviously in the plans, already in the books. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, they're just ideas, and plans and shit. But yeah, I may definitely do think about doing shit like that. Gary Vee really is an inspiration to me with that, because if you buy one of his, I believe if you buy one of his V friends, that's what they're called. His NFTs are titled V friends. If you buy one of his V friends, and you have proof that you have one, you get to do like an exclusive event with him. You go to like a 5-star restaurant. He's there. He's like, saying what's up to everyone. Great fucking food and shit, and you create a lot of connections from that type of shit. So you just like, pretty cool. A lot of people still see it as scams. I don't really think it's a scam. I think it's more of a, just like smart way to market yourself. I don't know. Great way to make money too, So, yeah. And finally, the last topic for today, hitting that 3-hour and 8-minute mark. Last topic, finally. It's pretty controversial. Hopefully this doesn't get me in much, trouble, because this is a topic that has been talked about a lot. Whether you lean towards one side, the other side, left or right on the political scale, people will agree with you, people will disagree with you. You're gonna get a lot of hate, you may get a lot of love. It's been controversial. But it's really comes down to being yourself, staying truthful to who you are, and just not being afraid of being who you are. So that's why I feel, pleased to talk about this, and I don't mind talking about this, right? And what I'm talking about is the Joe Rogan backlash. The shit. I know some motherfucker in the comments are like, dude, you really gonna talk about the Joe Rogan shit? Yeah, I'm about to talk about Joe Rogan shit, bro. It's my own podcast, bro. I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want. A podcast talking about another podcast, an aspiring podcast talking about a podcast that, is doing numbers, and I want to be like that, at that same, level of potential and shit, And also that, dude, to be able to have like that many episodes, dude, like Joe Rogan has like over 1,000 shit episodes, like, dude, to even think about that shit, dude. With one episode of me doing right now, but like, obviously I feel great right now and I have like energy and shit. I'm not caffeinated or anything, but this is just like pure energy, bro. I'm like, fucking working off right now. But like, this shit does feel like a lot of work though, a lot of talking. But you just gotta be aware of what it is, dude. Like, I didn't fucking do this podcasting just because, like, fucking, just because I wanted to do podcasting. Like, I'm like, am I willing to sit down for a couple hours and talk about certain topics? Am I willing to, just be energetic the whole time? Am I willing to, spend this time? There's a lot of stuff that factor in it. Am I willing to buy the equipment? Am I willing to set this whole shit up? There's a lot of factors that come into this shit, and you just gotta ask yourself before you do this shit, because then when you do this shit, you're like, I don't enjoy it, So you just gotta be aware what you get into before you start doing it, right? And as of right now, I can say that I enjoy doing this. I love podcasting. As far as right now, I don't know. Later on, maybe it's more, maybe it's less. I don't know. We'll see. As time goes on. But as far as the Joe Rogan backlash, man, I'm not going to say he's completely right about everything. I'm not going to say he's completely wrong. I would lead more towards that he is right about stuff. And there goes a lot of my fans. Be like, yep, he agrees with them. Let's we'll head out. 3 hours of listening to him, I'm now leaving the podcast, And many of you may be like, oh, I actually enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that he stands with Joe Rogan. I would lean more towards saying that I stand with Joe Rogan more than I don't stand with him, right? Even though it's more of like a maybe like a 70-30, 75-35, maybe some shit like that. That percentage of me standing with them. So obviously leaning more towards I stand with Joe Rogan, right? But yeah, man. But it's really like the parts that and the people that don't understand what the whole Joe Rogan backlash is. It's really his take on the vaccine, his take on getting COVID, COVID in general. You know, obviously people, the artists leaving Spotify because of him. Just in the in the results that happened, the solution that he was giving, and the thing is, dude, and this is what I don't understand, right? Because this is his podcast, right? I know he's a big name. I know he has a huge audience. He has a lot of, he puts a lot of inspiration to people, But the thing is, at the end of the day, man, we have to understand that Joe Rogan is a human being, bro, and that like he has his own opinions and his own takes on it. So whatever he says, dude, it's literally him being truthful to himself. So whatever anyone else thinks about him, dude, or like thinks about what he does, or like decides to take action on what he does, like if they believe that he does some shit, like Joe Rogan did this, so let me do it, and then for the person that did it doesn't turn out well, or like something happens, something get even more sick or some shit. The thing is, dude, Joe Rogan talks about shit that he researches and he fucking does, right? So it's just like, and he even says it himself, dude. He's like, dude, I'm not a fucking doctor, I'm a moron. And that in itself just shows that like this guy really just fucking, it shows you that he's being like just like free, dude. Like he's being like sorry, my eyes itchy. He's being free as he can. He's being as truthful as he can. He's not trying to be anyone that he's not. He knows he's not a doctor. He knows that the advice he gives doesn't really fucking matter, right? He knows that shit, right? So when he says he's a moron, obviously he's not saying he's a moron, like he's stupid. He's a moron when it comes to this type of stuff, right? But obviously, and also to protect himself, he has to say that he's a moron because he doesn't want people to fucking do what he does. Because obviously, I mean, dude, anyone should fucking take that shit. Unless you are a doctor. But if you're not a doctor, you shouldn't be telling people what to do. And the thing is, Joe Rogan he doesn't tell people what to do. He says what he does. And then people are fucking, they make so much drama that like, oh, this guy's fucking telling everyone to do this. I'm like, no, he's not telling anyone to do anything. He literally says that I'm not a doctor, I'm a moron. He says that I do this shit, and this is what helped me, and this is what I believe. This is not coming out of my fucking ass. I do research. I talk to fucking doctors on my podcast. I speak to a lot of people. I speak to scientists. People are part of the health organization. I speak to doctors. I pay close attention to this shit. This is nothing new, dude. Like, this is not pulling out of my fucking ass. I do research. So based on that research, this is what I believe. And if you don't believe it, that's by all means, that's fine. But if you do believe me, then fuck with me, bro. But the thing is, it's like, and I have a list, so I'm gonna go like, in order with this shit. But the way the media portrayed him, dude, obviously more than others, but like CNN and shit, dude, the way CNN portrayed him is so fucked, like they put a fucking like a yellow filter to make him look even more worse. Like if you compared the video, or not a yellow filter, but like a gray filter to make him look like a fucking zombie, bro. Like he looked like shit in the video. And when you compare the video that Joe Rogan posted on Instagram and the one that CNN had of him, they're completely different. Completely different. And it's insane that fucking CNN would do some shit like that, because it's like, well, let me see for myself, let me put up on Instagram. Like, it's dead easy. Let me just pull up Instagram and let me go on Joe Rogan's account. It's not like it's a fucking deleted video. He still has it on his Instagram account. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, how could they do some shit like that? And it just shows you how, like, fake the news really is. Especially CNN, how fucking fake they fucking are, dude. Because it shows, like, that they just don't give a shit. Oh, they'll show you whatever they want, and they know you're fucking stupid enough to fall for shit like that. But then there's motherfuckers like me that are like, they catch on to the bullshit, and they're like, dude, that's why we don't fuck with you, bro. This is why we don't fuck with you, because it's so clear what you guys are fucking trying to portray, and it's insane, because you guys fucking, you guys portray it being like the most fair news, media. You guys, you want to keep shit balanced. You want to be fair. You don't want to be biased. But it's so clear what you guys are trying to do, and it's so fucked, dude. It's actually fucked in the head what you guys are trying to do. And the thing is, at times it works, dude. It works. People are saying like, they're like saying like, oh, Joe Rogan, horse Rogan. I mixed the two up. Joe Rogan was taking a horse dewormer, as a solution to, COVID. But the thing is, it was like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know if it was 100% horse dewormer. I do know though that it could be used as that, right? It could be used as that, but it's not medically for that. It could be used as that, as a lot of stuff could be, right? You can have like certain shit that works different for other people. Like, if I eat chocolate, it feels good, right? But if I give it to a dog, he'll shit his fucking brains out, right? Some stuff work different with certain things, right? And the thing is like, it's just like it's so fucked how the media portrayed Joe Rogan, because people just don't understand. This is a podcast, dude. It's not like this is a fucking host of a talk show, right? And obviously they base it on numbers, but at the end of the day, dude, it's a fucking podcast. Like, why are we fucking making so much drama? Why are we paying so much attention to a fucking not drama podcast, but a podcast, dude? It's called the Joe Rogan experience. This is his opinion. This is his, take on shit. Obviously, there's always going to be criticism. I understand that. There's always going to be criticism. No matter what you do, no matter what opinion you have, no matter what you say, no matter if you say, this is my opinion, this is my take, like me saying right now, this is my opinion, this is my take, this is my truth. I'm just being truthful as I can. I'm just being myself. There's always going to be criticism, and I'm aware of that, right? Joe Rogan's aware of that. I'm pretty sure he is. He's been doing this for so long. He's aware of that, right? But the thing is, like, it's just like, they took this shit and they blew the shit way out of proportion, dude. It's just like, this guy just did what he chose to do, and like people still just went at him for it, and it's actually insane. And his take was like, he said like, well, if I catch COVID and I recovered from COVID, I would get better immunity because I already caught it and I healed from it, which is 100% true. If you catch COVID, you get immunity. I'm not saying, like, obviously for caring for others, you can still wear a mask. It's not mandatory. You don't have to wear a mask. If you got COVID and you healed, you got a Maricron, you healed, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you choose to, it's fine. You don't have to wear a mask, dude. But the thing is, if you do, it's fine. It's okay. Why are we fucking like, why are we making such a big deal about this? If you wear a mask, I'm not gonna tell you, if you don't have a mask on, I'm gonna be like, hey, put your fucking mask on. I don't give a shit. If you don't have a mask on, and if I have a mask, cool. I don't give a shit. If I don't have a mask and you have a mask, cool, right? Let it be. If we both have mask on, cool. If we both don't have mask on, cool. Just why do we have to be Karens about this shit, dude? Why do we have to be what the thing is, dude? This is the root of it, right? I don't like people telling me what the fuck to do. Why are we going out here and telling people what to fucking do? Do we do anything for them? Do we provide any value to that person? Do we pay their fucking rent? No. Right? It's just like, dude, we don't know these fucking people. Why are we telling them what the fuck to do, man? It's so stupid, bro. Like, I was at Starbucks once, bro, and I was like drinking a coffee. I was like working on some shit on my laptop. I was clearly drinking a coffee, you know, and I put it down for like a second because I needed to type some shit. I was about to pick it up. And then some fucking lady, and I was there for like a couple hours, right? Some lady just comes in and she tells me like, hey, you should put your mask on. Not you should put a mask on. She's like, can you put your mask on? I'm like, I had my earphones in. I had to fucking like pause the song. I'd stop what I was doing in the zone, take my earphones on. I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened? Cause I can't. The reason I act that way, cause I don't act that way with everyone, dude. I don't fucking act that. Like I heard a little bit what she said. I heard mask, and I was like, oh man. That's why I acted that way with her. Obviously, I'm friendly up in person, but like if you were to tell me something, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I was cool. But I heard what she said. I mean, I heard a little bit what she said. She said mask. I'm like, you know, I'm like, all right. I'm like, what? She's like, can you put your mask on? I'm like, the thing is, it could go one or two ways. One, I can make a whole big scene about it. I can be like, fuck mask, fuck the vaccine, you know, employees, can you kick her out? She's telling me what to do. I can make a whole big scene about it. And then it's gonna waste more time. I might get kicked out. It could lead. It just can go so left so quick. And my second option was like, let me put my mask on. Let me just, you know, obviously just put my mask on. Don't even speak to her about it. Wait for her to leave. Or wait for her to order her shit. You know, step out. Then take it back off. Right? And that's what I did. I took my mask. I put my mask on. You know, she's fucking do it. Please her. I don't know who that bitch is. I don't know who she is to this day. I forgot who she looks. I forgot how she. Yeah, I don't know her. I'm never gonna meet her again in my life. But I'm like, all right, let me put my mask on, right? And then, sure enough, she ordered. Took 5 minutes. She stepped out. She left the store, which is so fucking stupid because she was only there for like 5 minutes, and she was just waiting for a drink, and then she hopped out. Then I'm like, let me take my mask off. The thing is, if an employee told me to put a mask on, I'll be like, okay, cool. You guys have, you know, rules. Nice. Some random bitch just fucking walked up and she's like, can you put your mask on? I'm like, and the thing is, what pissed me off more, it was like, there was other people in that Starbucks and they didn't have masks on. There was some people who did, some people who didn't. And she only went up to me. I'm like, what the fuck? And obviously, like, I don't think shit personal. Like, maybe she didn't see anyone else with the mask off. And I was like, so let's say like the store was like, so like the door, the entrance was like right in front, like let's say it was right here, like right in front, right, like where the camera is, right here, right. And I was sitting like back, so I was facing forward, so I was looking at the door, so it's clear as day that I didn't have a mask on. But whenever I go to that Starbucks, a lot of people don't have masks on, so I'm like, is this her first time not seeing someone with a fucking mask on? Or is she going out and just telling everyone to put the mask on if she sees them with them off? Like, and thing is, like, it's just like, it's so weird, dude. I'm not taking it, I'm not trying to take it personal either. I'm not like, is it because I'm like Latino? Dude, I don't give a fuck about that, bro. I'm not playing the fucking race card on this shit, dude. Maybe she didn't see anyone else. But it's just like, I find it so strange, dude. Because it's like, it's not a fucking abnormal thing to see someone with their mask off, right? It's just like, it seems so strange to me. But the thing is, I know I went off trail, but I just wanted to bring that story up just to be, you know, just to give, you know, a little of my story out there, you know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Joe Rogan's take is really just like, yeah, I mean, if you catch COVID and you catch the antibodies from that, you're immune, and it's better than getting the vaccine, on which I 100% agree with. I 100% agree with. Me personally, I'm not vaccinated, not triple vaxxed, not double vaxxed. I'm not vaxxed at all. I caught Omicron. I didn't catch COVID. I caught Omicron, and I healed from it. I was sick for like a week, right? And then I healed, took, as you said, 14 days off. So I wasn't going to the gym for 14 days. And then, sure enough, I went back. And I even told my people that I go to the gym with. I told employees, I'm like, I caught COVID 14 days ago. I tested myself again. I tested negative. I might go back. I called them before, right? And they were like, yeah, you're good. Like, you meet the standard. That's the rules. 14 days, get tested. You're negative. You're fine. You can come back. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I went back perfectly, right? Like, I'm fine, right? But the thing is, it's like, I don't really give a fuck if you want to get vaccinated or not. That's not my decision. If you want to get vaccinated, by all means, go for it. Obviously, I'm not recommending it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to do it to not get vaxxed either. I'm not telling you don't get vaxxed. I'm not telling you, I would recommend don't get vaxxed. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying my personal belief, and I don't want to get vaxxed. Because I've seen what it does to more people. And if you actually look at the stats, dude, people actually get more sick getting vaxxed than not getting vaxxed. And it's just like, why do I don't risk that? Why do I want to risk getting vaxxed and getting more sick than already getting sick and then not being vaxxed? Like, I'm fine. I feel great, right? But obviously, time will tell. Maybe, my opinion changes later on. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I stand more strong with my opinion. It all depends over time. The thing is, it's like, what kind of pisses me off? It's just like, people were like posting, especially like people that, went to my high school and shit. They would post shit on their fucking story that like, I just got vaccinated, I'm like, all right, cool. You want a cookie? Like, what are you trying to do? You got vaxxed, okay. Like before, dude, like when you got a flu shot, you're not posting it. Like, I just got the flu shot. Like, now it's like COVID's popping and shit. Flu wasn't popping. Like, flu, the flu fell off. L+ ratio to the flu, bro. Flu hella fell off. Now it's all about COVID. You got COVID, you got the vaccine, bro. It's like, there was some girl, bro. She like, there's like people that like, it's just so funny that it's like, they just post this shit like as if anyone gives a fuck, bro. And as if everyone agrees with their political stance, swinging like left and shit. I'm like, dude, I would consider myself more conservative than liberal, but I do agree with a lot of liberal stuff, but I tend to agree more with conservative stuff as if with this, and and that's just the way I am, dude. And it's just like, that's my beliefs. I see more conservative shit, and I lean more towards it. When it came to Trump and Biden, I would have voted for Trump more than Biden. And as you see right now, Biden is fucking us up, dude. I'm not getting into that shit right now. Would have definitely voted for Trump though. For those who don't know, I voted for Kanye West. So at that, people are like, yeah, I'm not taking this guy serious. I'm not taking this guy serious. I voted for Kanye, bro. Fuck with me, bro. Say whatever you want about me, bro. I believe in that man, bro. I know that guy can do good for us. So yeah, I voted for Kanye, bro. No, but the thing is, the reason I voted for Kanye is because Andrew Yang, which I was gonna vote for, but he wasn't really doing good for polls. So I was like, let me just fucking vote for Kanye for like, maybe he has a better chance of winning than Andrew Yang. Obviously didn't come close, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Bernie Sanders also dope person I would have voted for. Obviously, that motherfucker never wins for some reason. Sucks. Always someone that beats him, whether it's fucking Hillary Clinton or fucking what's that girl's name? Just someone at that level, some old lady like that, some old white lady, like Hillary Clinton. But yeah, I mean, it's like, dude, if you get vaccinated, it's fine. Like, I don't care. Just don't tell me to get vaccinated. And that's all it is. If you want to get vaccinated, go for it. I'm not telling you don't get vaccinated. Go get vaccinated if you want to. Just don't tell me what to do. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, treat people how you want to be treated, right? If I'm telling you do whatever you want, I expect the same back. And even if I don't get that back, cool. I'll just fucking ignore you. Because I'm still not listening to you either way, right? I'm still not going to get vaccinated if you tell me to get vaccinated. And the thing is, I'm not, no one's going to force me to do it. Whether it's my dad or my mom, telling me to get vaccinated. Dude, it's my choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna let you tell me what you want me to do. Imagine, dude, if I was like that my entire life, if I listened to what people told me what to do, I wouldn't be sitting here having a podcast right now. I wouldn't be, making music. I wouldn't be making fashion design. I wouldn't be making content. I would be probably depressed as fucking college, bro. Paying my student loans. Fucking just working a 9-to-5 job, and just like, that's all that would be there for me. That's what I would be doing if I listened to what people told me to do. But the thing is, I didn't, and I stood my ground, and now I'm doing a variety of shit, all that I love, and all correlate with my brand, and all have that same purpose of growing my audience, hitting different targets, so, I mean, it just shows you, dude, it goes a long way. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do, man, but I would highly recommend just follow your heart, bro. Just do what you believe is best, and you will get the best results from that. So wrapping this up, blew out of proportion, Joe Rogan did happen to catch COVID, and people were like, karma, he got fucking COVID. I'm like, dude, it's contagious. This guy was doing comedy shows, bro. He was doing stand-up shows. He was doing stand-up shows. He was going out with his friends. He was destined to catch COVID, as if everyone is. Everyone's destined to catch COVID once, or a Omicron. It's just like, it was meant to happen. It happened to everyone. I didn't catch COVID. I caught a Omicron. I didn't know I was gonna catch this shit ever, but this shit was more contagious, and it just like, and people were like, "Oh yeah, karma." I'm like, dude, everyone's eventually gonna catch COVID if you didn't catch it yet, dude. Everyone's gonna catch a Omicron or COVID, right? At least once, right? And then people were saying like, oh, well, Joe Rogan he said he was throwing everything out of the sink, which Joe Rogan did say that. He said I was throwing everything at the sink. But obviously he was being, like, sarcastic. He doesn't mean like he was taking all the fucking pills that he had in his cabinets. He was taking shit that he knew it would help to cure COVID. Because it's not that, like, he caught COVID. Like, he never said COVID was a easy thing to go through. He said if you're young and healthy, it will, be easier for you to deal with. Joe Rogan is healthy, but he is not young. So he was clearly not talking about himself. This guy's like 50 something. Obviously, he doesn't look a day over 40, bro. He's in great fucking shape, bro. And I'm not trying to dick ride Joe Rogan either, bro. Like, I just fuck with them, right? But the thing is, it's like, dude, he caught COVID, so obviously he's gonna find shit to fucking help him out. He's not, like, he only fits like one target that would help him out, which is being healthy. Like, he's in great shape. But the thing is, he's not young, so obviously he knows that if he did catch it, he would be affected, but he was willing to take that risk. Because, like, well, if I catch it either way, I'm gonna get the antibodies, so might as well just fucking catch it, right? And just not miss out on my life and continue working, right? And he did. And people were criticizing for him for taking, a bunch of, shit that would help him out. I'm like, dude, wouldn't you do that too? Like, I don't care if you're anti-vax or vax or in the middle like me, or I'm not in the middle. I just don't give a fuck whether you get vaccinated or not. So, I mean, I guess you're kind of like a middle spectator, maybe. I don't know. But obviously, he was doing shit. But he was taking shit that would help him cure it. It wasn't some random fucking shit. It was shit that would help him cure it. So, this narrative of fucking him throwing random shit at himself and just taking whatever is completely false, right? Also, the people that left Spotify because of his stance, which is so stupid. Why would you leave Spotify for someone having an opinion, right? So the people that left consist of Nils Lofgren, Johnny Mitchell, and Neil. Just like, musicians maybe your fucking dad or mom listen to don't really fucking matter. To me, at least. I don't really give a fuck. I've never heard of these fuckers. I've never played them once. I don't ever plan on playing them. Do whatever the fuck you want, guys, bro. You leave Spotify, cool. It's not like anyone was playing your shit anyways. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my shit, bro. I'm gonna fucking say how it is, bro. We don't give a shit if you left Spotify, bro. If you left Spotify, cool. Fucking go to Pandora, go to fucking Amazon Music, go to Apple Music, bro. Go do that shit. It's not like anyone fucking listening to your shit anyways, bro. It's like if my dad or my fucking grandpa or my grandma doesn't know who you are, bro. My dad and my mom doesn't know who you are. Dude, you're irrelevant, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are, bro. Continue doing what you do, but don't expect me to fucking follow what you do, bro. I honestly don't give a shit. So the fucking headlines are like, them saying, I'm leaving Spotify because of Joe Rogan's, opinion. I'm like, dude, fuck off. No one's playing your shit. Just get the fuck out of here, bro. It's just like, you're better off leaving than fucking, staying here, bro. Like, dude. They made it so over dramatic. Like, oh my god, these people are leaving. It's like, who? Who are these people? I was like, who the fuck are these people? And I was expecting like Kendrick Lamar leaving. I'm like, oh fuck, that's crazy. Or like J. Cole or like Kanye West. Almost I think Kanye stands with Joe Rogan, because he's conservative as well. But someone like that, like a big name, right? Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande leaving Spotify, But it's like some random ass people. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Go for it, dude. Dude, I'm not even playing your shit, So yeah, I mean, I mostly agree with Joe Rogan. I love the dude. You could consider me being biased because I love the guy, but I'm not biased. I'm being truthful. And I'm just basing it off of the shit that he said and the shit that was, brought out by media and shit. And just paying attention. And, dude, based on what he said, I agree with him. Mostly agree with him, And, yeah, man. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums up the podcast. And whether you're listening through audio or you're watching it visually, thank you for, sitting down here, listening to me, rant about a bunch of topics. I do plan on doing this, throughout, this year. I want to make so many more podcasts. I don't know the future of this shit, right? As of right now, I can tell you that I enjoyed this shit. I've been talking for 3 hours and 41 minutes and counting, right? But maybe later on, I'm like, I got tired of this shit. I don't know. As of right now, I can say I love this shit and I enjoy and I thank you all for supporting me, watching, listening to this podcast. Man, I couldn't do this without you guys. If you guys supporting me, throughout everything I do, whether it's posting content, on my Instagram or my Snapchat or my TikTok, or listening to my music, paying close attention to the clothing designs I make. Honestly, thank you all for that. Just being here with me. Very appreciative of everything that you do for do for me, And yeah, man. On to the next podcast. Thank you for listening. That's the end to it. Goodbye. Have a good day.